So maybe we'll see that now. He was very much known for that operator player, so we'll have to see. But again, RRQ right now, lots of diversity, lots of firepower. Can this be enough to break down this, what feels like the final boss form of PRX?
Yeah, final boss form, and they are still evolving. I mean, Jing has admitted he's starting to like de-rust a little bit, and they are still changing things as they go along. We're seeing that Sage, we're seeing that ISO.
Jauh banget mic-nya.
More changes this time, this week.
Absolutely. While PRX looks more polished, look more structured, all the fundamentals are there.
Aduh bang, sorry.
Known for being hyper creative and experimenting with agents and just doing the craziest things. I don't think that's gonna go missing today. But RRQ, on the other hand, is also one of those zany teams who have immense firepower. We are gonna go into the very first matchup of today. It's gonna be a good one. Let's go over to our casters to take it away.
Thank you very much. Yes, firepower not gonna be lacking.
Iya, mau menonton, ayo kita bisa ke Discord atau di sini aja. Tapi kalau di Discord bisa ngobrol bareng. Ow.
Starting off with PRX versus RRQ.
Yeah, I'm really excited about today's matchup. I mean,
Itu link Discord udah gue iniin belum sih anjing?
I'm very impressed with kind of PRX sort of dialing it back in a way. They don't look as over-aggressive. They look really good in their post plans now. Really have come out of Shanghai looking to correct their mistakes. On the other side of the coin, RRQ has really stepped up. Yet added to the squad, has really gelled nicely with the rest.
Gak turu Bella, gue udah tidur kocak.
Their agent selections and things like that. So I am.
Kedengeran nggak suaranya ini, suara live-nya? Pakai apa aja itu? Aduh, maunya pakai RS coy. Man freak something that 5 second Jing.
Very rarely happen here in Pacific, considering the changes. It's not something we've been seeing too much, if at all. But the bigger thing is Divided Bane and Forsaken to KO.
This is quite interesting to me. I mean, definitely, honestly, my eyes are more on Forsaken on KO than they are on Jing on Neon. This is a very unorthodox pick for this map. You don't have nearly the ability to get some of those deep flashes and things like that. Normally, I mean, this is Jing.
Aku besok mau cosplay.
When it comes to figuring out lineups on maps, figuring out things that other players haven't necessarily experimented with. So definitely off the rip here, I'm going to be keeping very close track of Forsaken to see how he's going to be setting up Jing, how he's going to be setting up something, and this is going to be very, very aggressive here on this defender side for PRX. I would think with this lineup.
Iya, aku ada PRX ya sih. Ini dong, tim PRX. Cuma seru aja gak sih ini sama-sama kebanyakan orang Indo.
Moving over onto the chamber. Previously that was Elmore. Champion was playing Gecko on Lotus. Still some changes found here for RRQ as the crowd very much riled up and ready to get into the action.
I am super excited about this match. Definitely had this one on my calendar for this week. For these 4 days in a row we have of VCT Pacific. Really, really excited to see. And again, PRX is also really interesting because they've been relatively kind of dialing it back in their agent comps as well. They have kind of going outside of the norm. This is definitely for me really, really curious, especially for Forsaken all on his own as the KO on this C Mount side. Early, but you can see RRQ knows that with this double twist comp, they have to be very, very early for any kind of trap plays, any kind of aggressive moves that PRX might be willing to set up.
Now the approach coming through. Sheriff is going to be on yet, finding the first 3 kills. Jing and all fall on the wayside. Slide forward. Catching with 4 Ps and maybe even an ace here in the pistol round to start things off. RRQ. Being fired up. Jing for the ace coming through on yet approaching around the back. Off flash and he still hits the shot. And a welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you didn't.
Kayaknya aku ada softline deh, tapi ternyata nggak ada coy. Masa aku beli softline baru sih? Lah, Aji udah mulai. Hah? Ini udah mulai belum sih? Lah, ini udah mulai anjing. Hah? Hah? Ih, tadi masih nyari softline. Lihat komentarnya. Mana komentarnya anjing? Anjing ini maunya dijokiin gak sih? Jelek gini anjing.
ruining that KD. Finds the headshot. Vandal can be scooped up though. Jemkin, the opposite side of the map.
Tahu, PRX mah nge-troll mulu.
The Headhunter would want to rotate over and grab that weapon. Now still going to be lingering outside of A. Stack here from the side of PRX. Something sat behind box over at B main.
Down.
Trying to get a little bit more info. No contact off of that. So this is going to give PRX the comfort to push a little bit further forward. Try to get quick information, quick rotation. No sentinel player for PRX means they have to be very proactive on the map and probably take some gambles here or there.
One was abandoned. That's going to be picked up here by Forsaken. He's making a quick wrap around the back outside here alongside Mindfreak. Waiting for the approach. Shots ringing out. Want to check back rubble. Nothing spotted.
Spike planted.
Spike planted. Divine playing forward here. Adstairs, but LB more able to find Forsaken. Put that dog down to the ground once again. Mindfreak tries to line up a headshot. Cannot make it happen. Something.
Last player standing. Wah.
One is a parting.
Ih, apaan sih PRX? Apaan sih? Aduh, ini siapa?
From RRQ, yeah, you
Ini Bang Pacar.
change to a share.
Anjing, suaranya apal gua.
Get the plan down nicely. You see some of the ideas from this composition.
Aneh banget, aneh.
Have to rely a lot on being able to read the map with your eyes and with short range utility.
Ih, gun bodinya lucu.
See that Forsaken using that zero
Gue satu RRQ. Aku.
Masa RRQ menang anjing?
Iya.
moving into that post plan. Better gun for RRQ. Pretty nice.
Duh, kuat banget lama-lama depan PC. Lah, gue baru bangun, coy.
Overstays. Big one, yeah, just gonna be taking just a little bit of damage. Slide forward.
Aduh, Jing kalah sama monyet.
Only the second time in his career that Jing is playing this Neon. It's not something that's been really in his repertoire, but certainly something that PRX wanted to add to it, even more so given the buffs. Now space taken by yet. Keep around the site here as Forsaken tries to get a catch there onto his ram and just barely misses the window.
Really important battle there. The fact that they get the contact, they get two. Really nice start for PRX in this retake.
Yep, solid delays coming through that paranoia, crashing across, able to connect on to two. Jimkin now falling, it's all down to Australia and Xparrow now. Just the ladder. Xparrow will be able to find one, looks for a second, cannot make it happen. 3 players left alive, PRX not allowing for a bonus conversion.
Yeah.
Skill issue something. Tahu something wrong ini mah.
Looks like he actually backpedals. Steadies the aim, gets the kill. Divide, clean as ever, having just an outrageous
Abios, masih pagi ya, Bios.
Civic.
Something tuh ini.
Strong play.
Itu yang aku sering something tuh aku nggak aware banget.
Pick. Not on yet.
Main freak gak sih?
Clean. Finds Scooter really quick.
Mindset udah masih biasa.
Okay, PRX answer right back. Another quick push. These rounds are going so fast.
Feel out there. Just going to be setting that paranoia now. Moving fingers in play. Might be able to find one spot for the second, but Mindfreak on the crossfire, able to shut him down. Xparrow can trade it out. So it's going to be a man advantage here for the side of PRX.
Banyak banget ada orang tuh, Bang.
Ends up getting punished, as does Forsaken. Helping more snapping off the rip here today, it would seem. Something able to tuck away from that recon bolt for a brief little moment. Finds the first.
Clutch gak sih something?
What to be done as the plan moves through.
Tough or something.
Nah,
Normally you would
Susah sih kayaknya.
go looking a little bit. Find some value. Jump in with that op. Tricky angle.
Mati langsung.
Clear here.
Wah, gokil.
Managed to find it. And now RRQ facing the corner, wanting to try to save that operator. Also staving off something. Let's just wait forward into the side.
Oh, damn.
Shot. It's all down.
No! Wah, anjing!
Corpse and something pulls up.
Anjing, gokil something. Aduh, gak jadi something wrong deh.
Just 4 rounds in, we're already off to the races between these two teams.
Gila coy, baru bangun kan dikasih yang ganteng-ganteng gini. Ih, melihat gue coy.
I mean, getting that kill on a Jemkin gives him so much more freedom
Russia.
around. And this turn,
Wih, langsung ngeflick anjing.
the readjustment to find the head. He can't even believe it a little bit. I also got to point out, this is the first official match of Jemkin on Chamber.
Oh.
I just went and looked because I was like, you know, I'm curious.
See, I knew that Jing hadn't really played Neon, but I assumed that Jim Kid would have been playing some Chamber back in Japan at some point.
Exactly.
Evidently, I am completely Correct. It's something just trying to make a quick little exit here. Around the waterfall. Again, catching the glimpse there. Full flash connects. Just gonna flush him out, but just can't quite hound down that jab. And now it's going to be noted. They know the Timlin's been burned.
No.
And Ascent, just go ahead and stay for a little bit longer. Spike down in play. But
Ooh.
dead.
For second K.
They both not going to be connecting here. These players over.
Wah.
Trade one back to Jing.
Ente Bang Jing.
Now we're doing 3v3.
This is tough here. PRX can get around this corner. Manya, if he can find any damage, no, he gets shut down.
But Xfero, just gonna read them as he push up into the smoke. Ticket's able to take him out now. It's all on Jim Kid when it comes to the weapon. Still needs to try to take an immense amount of space, and Forsaken will not allow him to encroach on that spike. Shuts it down, and PRX now in the lead.
And I mean, one of the biggest things that I'm seeing here out of RRQ that, or excuse me, out of PRX that I'm curious if RRQ will kind of key in
Pada
on
beli
is
skin
they're
semua ya,
now
skin baru
starting
nih.
to gauge the ideas of
Lucu anjir.
to come at them with, which has been relatively fast. And as soon as there's any contact off that neon, I just looking at the map, I see every member of PRX just swinging back towards wherever that contact happened, especially once he gets super deep. And really like the way Forsaken using those knives to check information, keep track of the players. Now an op for something.
Jing.
Ada Leon.
All here, catching a brief little bit there. Yes, he slides back around the side.
Ayo Bang Jing, menyala.
We're taking him down. Continues to push the issue here, and we're sinking alongside him. Manya will now fall. Weapon going to be recovered.
Woo.
Straight into the corner.
Wow.
He's able to
Oh, pecah.
third, so something we're going to get to a 2v2. As all kills happening just outside the Ascent spawn.
Just a little bit of a counter trap set up by RRQ. Just waiting there with the crossfire between Xfero and Jemkin. Jemkin considering, debating. We'll change over to the Phantom. See if they can find their way through. No, you gotta spread the map here a little bit as PRX rely on something with that op. Hold the line at A. Shifts over to C. An off angle. The entry behind the box. No paranoias. Either Omen. He's gonna have to get it done on contact. Makes it way more difficult. Way.
Swinging now, double faced. A little bit of damage there through the box, but Experiment will take it down to 31. Response one, spike down on the floor, and Mind Freak.
Aduh. Abang-abang main freak.
4 in a row now for PRX, stretching the lead further.
Well, you beat me to it. I was gonna say this is way harder for RRQ in that situation. Without any flashes, without any util to really make use of that space. Manya does a great job there. Peeking out, identifying that there's a couple pushing his way. Changes the angle. Push out early. Counter response from RRQ. Mind Freak plays his position to perfection. That's 2 big kills. Now, first time out of the day, RRQ definitely probably wanting to rethink some of this. PRX done a really good job of setting the tempo here, avoiding some of the
Kalau di sini
aggression that RRQ was going for, and also at times, you know, willing to take that aggression themselves with some good setups with it. So
Oh yeah,
it's been really tough.
if that last round is any indicator, they're more than happy to try to match, if not surpass the level of aggression between those playing from the side of RRQ.
RRQ yang Indo semua kah atau gimana?
PRX,
enggak ada satu orang Rusia juga.
another
Oh.
cost to the economy. You suspect that it's going to be shaky on both sides.
Yakin ya?
How bloody these rounds have been,
Kurang tahu kah?
but being able to remove that operator out of Jimkin's hands is certainly a big form. Seems not too much banked up for the side of PRX. That last step, though, Jimkin does have tour de force online. He's popping in here.
A lot of ults on both sides. So
Ih, pada pakai pisau ini semua ya? Dasar.
Available.
yeah, I mean,
Abang-abang gemoy.
shut down any push here from RRQ, and Forsaken pulls the man off the rip.
Let's play.
Just to save it.
Wah, kurang mantap anjing.
Yeah, able to collect 2 quick kills. Jake Mind Freak will get taken down. He
Ooh.
died to a fragment there from Forsaken. Forsaken is very swiftly cleaned up, and so far it seems like the pump the brakes. Timeout call is working wonders here for RRQ. That being said, there is still an Odin in play here with Defy. Shuffling back and forth around. Just can't quite stabilize that spray fast enough. Now falls down to something once again. 1v4 clutch necessary. Continue this streak. The drone goes deep enough to be able to get the dart across. Grabs up. You can see how much respect is being paid as RRQ is shipping themselves almost to the opposite side of the map.
They learned their lesson the last time. Still, tell me more.
Step 1.
Yeah. isn't the same this time.
Suspect.
Because he just dropped the pop the blades.
The thing is, on the opposite side, the other side of the coin, RRQ. Love the big fight.
Absolutely.
Now, on RRQ, Sparrow decently willing, but he'll get put down. And it looks like Astray and Jemkin are not going to be making the same mistake. They will just go ahead and hightail it back over towards the spawn. The spike will be allowed to detonate to RRQ, shortening the gap a bit, breaking the win streak. Now, just separated by 1 round.
Good timeout there. Changing the momentum of things. Anya hitting some big shots off the rim again. Seems like a lot of success here for RRQ. It's predicated on him being able to bust open that space and get those early kills. Space is given up by PRX. Gone pretty well. Try a combo play there. The ultimate TP right after the flash, right before the flash landed. Anya had enough time to get those. Really nicely done though by RRQ. Have Hunter's Fury, have Rolling Thunder, so all to play with. Nobody on PRX really felt comfortable enough to use their ultimates in that previous round. Thought they had a good opportunity to maybe throw in the Nightfall or the No Command or something, but something droned up again. Whole line sends him packing, but Manyet's already rushing in.
Not connect, so something still here, still playing for it, still has a tailwind. Now throwing, they're going to be sent in. Slide across, and something with that pretty able to dodge out the stun. This line one is Manyet pulls. Swing around the back, and L4 going to take it down. Figured out, upgraded into the Vandal here for Jing. Looks for Sri, but cannot manage to flush him out. Ends up falling. Couple sheriff shots here from Forsaken the Tribe. These headshots, but connection not going to be found in the meantime. TP out. Sparrow moves away, crossing over to that A side of the map. Jimkin just hightailing it out, trying to evacuate as quickly as he possibly can.
Spike.
That tether is going to go a long way there, but the TP from Xvero to get the plant safely.
Oh, this lurk. Mindfreak not watching for it at all. Going to the setup, and now he's
Oh no.
inside the connector door. He's able to find one. There's a 1v1 over to his teammate, but Jimkin's gonna have to close the gap here quickly.
Lucu banget.
Up the hold the half. The pull off the half.
Udah apa ya anjing, angkel-angkel.
5-3.
He's just so good. In moments like those, when you need a clutch, Devi, so steady with it. Rolling Thunder, something, able to dodge it, shuts down Manyet, opens up some space here. And using that fast lane to cut off some angles, create that close quarters combat. Even though some really nice hidden positions attempted by RRQ, Devi just too darn good. Deals with it, reads Jemkin. Not sure if he heard that Rendezvous getting put down, but yeah, had to have. Clear the knife with the shock dart, I believe, there. Starting to read. They just shot it. Not sure if Manyet just shot it, but either way, anticipating. Already some adaptations from RRQ. Clear that
Iya apaan sih?
obscure their numbers towards this A main side. Just been left relatively undefended as we can see.
Pushing towards B. Jimkin on a line. Prowler. Gonna give up the game. He's gonna have to turn back away. Meanwhile, as the pinch gets attempted, Paranoid crashing across Jing, trying to challenge into the fight, but out of by as well, stepping up. He's end up falling at the funny one. Paladin advantage in the hands of PRX. 3v2. Estrella trying to swing it. Mindfreak says no, and it's all down to Jemkin. Just that operator in hand. Tries to go for the jump peek out, but he's already spotted by Forsaken. Mindfreak will come
PRX gak sih win coy? Aduh.
to 6.
Map ini.
Yeah, RRQ.
Emang apa papanya Ascent? Udah kosong ini mah.
Go for the baby door B hit. Mindfreak there with a lot of PRX waiting with open arms. Great paranoia. Set up that second kill.
Anjing main flick ganteng banget.
Trying to make a move. There is a nasty crossfire waiting for him on B. This PRX composition looks really, really good right now. Really good reactions, really good reads. Let's see what RRQ can do about it. Identifying some open space here on A, especially if you hear that operator. Oftentimes something's been left alone. So you can try to punish that, at least get the plant down potentially.
Rotate though. Getting himself over towards row. The spray, nasty. Is blocking the opening kill. Jemkin gonna be Up close with that frenzy. Able to find one to slide in. Jing. We're standing.
player standing.
Just get taken out, but now it's Xferro on his load. So frenzy gets the ding, puts him down to 20, but cannot find that kill. PRX continuing upward now. 7-round wins on this defending side.
And it feels like PRX has gotten into the heads of RRQ and they're taking their time, slowing up a little bit, trying to figure out where PRX is positioning. Because they're playing pretty deep most of the time. They haven't gone for another super aggressive push just yet. And even though they hear that op shot, they're a bit worried after that. I mean, I don't blame them. There's something. They take that play. There's also enough time for Jing to get over here to back him up. And yet,
Anjing pala-pala gitu, Cak.
And too early of a swing there from LB Moore. Lost him dearly. Now RRQ. Position where they need to try to rescue the rest of this half. 5 rounds potential is something. Just turns from the flash, instantly takes out Maniet.
this is crazy.
Ada suara-suara aja efek gitu kan, Pak?
Not miss many options.
Memakai OP.
The better ones right there. Easy to that flag. Find your mark.
Kok ada suara-suara ya?
Now, RRQ map a little bit more and side of PRX. Space to work with. They get spotted. Knife to check close. There.
Pushing on the back of that.
Something fake, yeah.
Again, it's everybody from RRQ getting looked it up, moving over here towards this A side. He's still situated with that op in play. Stairs to Vi. Suspicious about potential push forward through that B site. Has to be wary about a wraparound. Okay, Jemkin does get the jump onto something. He's down, but Divine is finding the timing. He's headed to the smoke. He's with Jemkin. Eliminates the enemy chamber. Reestablishes a man advantage here for PRX.
Now this is very, very tough for RRQ. Time dwindling as well.
Memorial is on for one. Vi going to be taken down. Trey now eliminated. Spike on the ground. The slide forward. Xferro with everything to do. With just no time to make it happen. He has to hold for it. Does he have it? No.
Nice.
Give him the time. Won't even check to see if that plant would have gone through. Picks him off. PRX is now up to 8.
I mean, all the time in the world there. And a nice play here from Jing, honestly, sacrificing himself to make sure that they could get the info, clear some of those players. Xferro able to punch back, but the time dwindling. Had to stick the plan.
93 kah, Manis?
That's just a crazy good shot. Great instinct here from Tobias. Such good sense of timing. And the clock dwindling makes it a lot easier for him to make that read.
I wanted to see if he actually would have been able to get that plan across if he had enough time or not. Either way, putting shot not going to connect. Blades now full here. Something continuing to push forward. Without a shot, has to back out. Thinking now pushing forward, lobs in that flag. And a pick, but he has already relocated. Keeps himself safe for now. Pushing in through that C door, finding one. And we're going to be taken out with trade here. Forsaking this wall. Back. Oh, yeah, here's that. Knows that something's moving, but he makes his way down towards stairs fast enough.
Something belakang lo.
Here comes
No.
found Xferro. Go ahead, clear out something. It's Jing now. Drive popped, bridging forward. They're gonna try to take some space. They'll find one before getting taken out, but now that leaves Divine all on his lonesome versus 3.
Spike planted.
Land from Astray gives him the rolling thunder. Now impossible situation for Divine. And there you go.
Ente.
He found celebration, or at least someone is RRQ. Find another round to go ahead and close out the half.
Yeah, looking better there. With some trickery involved with Xferro is all. Able to really slip the net past PRX, but I mean, still though, I'm very impressed overall with the way PRX handled their defender side in terms of quick to rotate, quick to make sure that off of any contact, particularly from Maniet, that's where they wanted to be, and they wanted to be there fast. And there was rarely any hesitation in their gameplay. And that's a big reason that they are so scary. And then that something round, for example, where he just goes for it. You think he might be saving at that point, but nice. 10,000 kilometers.
10,000 kilometers. Wow.
Well, thank you for coming. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Even BTI is cute.
I love when the audience dips into pseudoscience.
What about you, MBTI?
Oh, I don't. I almost swore. I have no idea.
That's why I said it. I knew you'd hate it, so that's why I asked.
Let's focus on the game.
We're in Korea. It's very important.
Yeah, well, not for me. I'm past the dating phase. I don't have to
That's
worry
true.
about it
Yeah,
anymore.
for me, it's a question I have to answer.
I got one locked down, so
Yeah.
we're good to go.
That's not a bad idea. Well, I'm looking at the defensive setup for RRQ. 2-1 in the chamber. So somewhat similar ideas, you know, that we saw with PRX, except a lot of times it was something on his own instead of the chamber. So it makes a bit of sense. It's like a PCA.
Oh, that it is, but one that is facing the opposite side. Xero just swinging out towards Mound, able to shut down Jing very quickly. Nice and early.
Ih, tadi ada yang pakai klasik PRX tapi gan badinya RRQ anjir.
Always checking close corners. See if there's anybody
Lucu banget.
some of these spots. I mean, one time, RRQ able to find some spots. So, and he's got the shot.
Ooh.
On one quick TP escape, just in case there's any follow-up. So one yet, wide jiggle peek there. I got a couple on shotgun at their feet, divide out down to 42, but he's still able to fight back. Finds a headshot on the helmet more, but takes even more damage in kind. Xero could have been noted on that flank. That gets cleaned up, and suddenly it is a 3v3, but very much in favor of RRQ.
Wow. Yeah, that was good reactions there from PRX, anticipating early flank, but RRQ seemingly have read where PRX wants to go.
Ih, lucu banget.
More pressure here on Forsaken to try to deliver some of these kills. Fault line at the ready. 0 point going to be sent. Fault line sent just before he would have been interrupted. And on the swing is Estrella able to go ahead and finish off something. On yet a leg spotted. Forsaken out dead.
Habis.
Could be the cleanup, and it is. Estrella finding 3 here in the pistol. RQ taking both pistols.
Anjing Bridge juga pakai itu anjing lucu banget jadi keinget fan artnya itu deh.
From RRQ, shutting down PRX in every twist and turn. That frenzy works a treat against the Neon, and then Jeffkin looking clean with the headhunter. Estrella has something down on very low HP. Just works the top of the platform. 2 nice kills. But they look good at pistols. See what they can do. A bunch of stingers being bought here. Over the side of PRX, they're kind of going for it on this round.
A rare force up here. Liking 3-round lead that they find themselves in. Wanted to try to catch them off guard. RX Barrel does end up falling down the secondary. A third as Jake comes up with 2. And Stinger once again doing wonders for him. And now it's just a straight Jemkin. And Outlaw on a spec.
Oh.
Guardian having been handed over here to this Neon. Dire straits for RRQ.
This is so tough.
It absolutely is. I mean, the rendezvous, he can't even try to reposition it, hasn't picked it up from its original spot back over in that A site. He's got to clear this 90-degree angle. Something is just jiggling out. Spots him, does manage to find the first, but time still working against them. Going to be dodged, slide forward. Estrella able to put him down. Guardian on the floor, will be scooped up by bullets. Pushing forward, finds the headshot. Tries to go for a timing hit. But now, no bullets remaining here in the mag. The swing out from line 3. Estrella finds it. He'll put them all down. He'll stop them from carrying forward weapons, but he cannot stop this round from
Aduh, mati juga lagi.
or can he save his own life? Everyone dead, but PRX move up to 9.
I mean, PRX just always got that extra layer of trickery up their sleeves. Go for the force buy. This Stinger in Jing's hands has been very, very powerful. Mindfree finding a huge opener against Xero there, but then just clearing space. And right as he's looking to go to the Guardian, he's like, oh, hello.
Ooh, a Guardian.
Yeah, Estrella picking up some kills, but enough to get the round in time. So a Sheriff of Frenzy, only buy-ups for RRQ. by.
Forced out very quickly. Something takes some space. Reading that going well. Elmore obliterated. Jimkin spotted, crossing over in through the smoke. Now it's just going to be a break of the door. Plant on me in all likelihood. Maybe even a rotate the C.
Reading. This was likely to be a gamble. The pivot away.
Free still lingering. A chance to get an immense amount of damage now. He's going to be noted though. Jimkin to capitalize. It's going to be a weapon retained. Spharaoh scoops up that vandal. Mark the check close. This connector open. Nope, one over at main. Here at upper, the second kill. Spharaoh able to put him down with the divide, quickly trading it out, keeping that vandal now on the floor. Jimkin trying to challenge forward, but ends up falling. Straight up. Everything to do. Finds the first, cannot find the second.
Yeah, they're just really on point today in a lot of different ways. Our PRX, their decision making, and their big picture strategy stuff has been an absolute treat. The way that they are throwing a lot of different looks at RRQ, not like it's not constant aggression, it's not constant, but this is great reading of the position. A good pull off. Device hitting shots. Something was hitting ops. Everything really coming up aces for PRX. Have an overdrive and a nightfall to deal with to RRQ.
Driving in place, the sprint forward here from Jing. Waiting out that aftershock slide up in the corner, and Estrella going to be taken down. Minimal damage suffered here from Jing's side. Still relatively healthy. This plant now gets ready to come through. Fragment, flash, just setting it. Something, disrespecting that damage. Shrugging off the fragment, swings out, finds Elmore, puts that loaded down to the floor, and now RRQ. It's a tough pill to swallow, but they're going to have to just go ahead and back away and try to hold on to these weapons.
I mean, those little set plays that PRX has with the fragment into a flash, it's so hard to anticipate that as an opponent. And when they know they've got you in a bad position like that corner where you don't really have a good escape unless you immediately opted to like head towards rubble or towards the rocks. It's just a beautiful, beautiful combination for PRX. And all things kind of stay the same. The agents may change for Jing, but he still likes to push in towards spawn.
Yeah. And while it hasn't been the most explosive Neon performance, he's still holding his own.
Oh yeah, he's fine. I mean, and again, I think obviously it's exciting to see Neons that are just sliding all over the place, hitting headshots, doing crazy stuff, but what's really important, I mean, this is a great push and a great taking advantage of that space, but what's really important for the Neons, and I've noticed both teams doing this, is you use that Neon as a reconnaissance tool.
Sure.
Especially, you know, with the PRX's squad, where you don't have a ton of deep info that you can gather. That's really important for Jake. He's going to have to be sacrificing himself sometimes to make these executes happen. You only need to do it 2 more rounds, but it is a really, really kind of underrated tool that Neons can have. Yeah, you want to see the flashy plays, but absolutely, you'll take that info too.
Well, smiles here from Alex. Albeit for a brief moment.
I saw Ewok getting a little feisty in there.
Likely not happy with the way that things are going. Granted, yes, you are playing Lotus versus PRX. They are incredibly strong at this map. Wanting to see a bit more oomph here, a bit more pushback from the team. A lot of these rounds have been dangerously close. This very well, you know, rather than an 11-5 could have been a much more contentious scoreline, 8-8, you know, something like that. But they've been falling shy of the mark, allowing for those clutches to come through. PRX is just starting to run away with it.
And I kind of wonder, you know, Ewok was talking on the desk in the pre-match interview about how, you know, they know PRX is going to throw something weird at you. Sometimes they're going to throw curveballs at you, but it seems like they were somewhat prepared for this. Oh, Mondet.
Getting body blocked there for people. I thought the virus was going to force it. Meanwhile, Odin spray across. Ball now. He sent in. Something already far forward, catching Elmore off guard. The timing just messing with Elmore's internal clock. will fall. Mindfree going to be taken down as well. Moniette making his way out through connector. Finds him, clears that player out of back rubble. As Rolling Thunder going to crash across, but Jing having a nice little cup to tuck away and does get flashed, but still has the headshot on Sparrow. Slides around the side, but Moniette looking for a 4-piece here to close out this round. Must divide. See if something else to say about it. Finds the first, they nearly line up for him. Smattering of damage dealt, but this has to be absolute perfection from him. 6 HP, the fault line as well. The push forward. They will be able to flush him out. Still casualties here on the side of RRQ. The Odin will be carried over. On the back of the timeout, they will once again get around win.
Yeah, and it looked like maybe this is going to be another PRX round. You know, Divide feeling that pressure on 6 HP. Sends out the Nightfall, sets up something for that kill. And then RRQ does a really good job on this retake execute off the back of the Rolling Thunder. There's a Paranoia there as well to clear that extra little space in drop. See from Jing's perspective, but then it's a great haunt from Divide to counter this. Nice setup by Divide, but Moniette just knocking players down on the way through. That's a good slide. Yeah, at that point, I mean, Divide was
Nice, guys.
just dead.
Well, now we have to see if they can win the follow-up here. 2 for 2 on timeout. Post-timeout victories, I should say, here in the map. Specific nade shot. Doing his job. Getting value there. Said, if you guys don't win this round, I'm going to make you film content.
Oh no, that's the worst. That's the worst punishment there is.
Pusing ya tuh, aduh.
Aduh mekanik ini.
Move off the entrance to be.
Aduh mekanik yang sulitin nih. Baru dia namanya Valorant.
Players from RRQ here to try to shut this down.
Malah bukan RRQ.
Don't worry about that overdrive. From Moniette. Takes a bunch of damage from the wall. There he goes.
Picked off, Jing. Solid over and now. They're going to look to B-side once again. Engineer this retake. Rolling Thunder committed previously there from Estrella.
Ball line just came back up. Still have Paranoia as well.
Sparrow swing on the corner. Does take down Jing. It's a decent amount of damage to himself. Down to 5. Paranoia going across the flash. Connecting here on the Divide. Who has that off in hand. Swings out, spots one. Finds the shot. But something interesting going to drop at the same time. Tries for the C's. Tries for the shot through the corner. Both players now corralled here in the connector. They will be cleaned up.
Habis dah.
Getting their way up to map point. Not quite yet. RQ.
Overtime. Dulu overtime.
Kocak overtime.
Starting to look a lot better now. I think part of what I'm sensing that Ewok might have been talking about was just making sure that, you know, if you have to give up the space for the retake, that's fine. Just save your util, use it in good combinations, you know, maybe kind of work on what we practiced, and then go for these flood retakes that have been working really, really well off the back of these great util combos where they're landing good flashes and paranoias in conjunction, or setting up with the breach util. Things like that have been looking much, much cleaner these last couple rounds. So now Alex has something to say about this. Kind of turn up the tempo a little bit for PRX, or is it, well, let's work the map a little bit more, see if we can confuse them, or maybe after post plant get a little bit deeper, spread out a little bit, try to hit RRQ before they're able to really comfortably set up. Things like that definitely could be talked about. And it is tough for RRQ. I mean, the chamber, you have a sentinel, quote unquote, right? But it's tough to keep track.
Ini mereka berdua tim ini belum pernah kalah ya.
Don't really have a ton of ability to get information outside of the sofa.
Jadi siapa dulu? Nih.
Anjir, bener lagi.
Anyway, better to let them do it.
Bentar mau ke bawah ambil kostum.
Has the op, has the tour de force, has a backup. Just an iron build for something inside of PRX as far as ults are concerned. I'm not too far away though, so if RQ continue to run this back, those are going to come up in the next cycle. As for now, knives popped. Aggressive push out here towards me. Try to find a kill. The aftershock push him out into the open. Coming out in the meantime, sprint his way all the way out of A. And only more, spraying through the door. Just couldn't happen to find Divine. It's a happy little accident.
Well, you're gonna get the plant down again, but this is even worse than the last couple retakes. Oh no, and that Hunter's Fury is right on point.
Yeah, interrupt. interrupts the plan. Stops him. Kill not going to be found. Forsaken will be able to go for this once again. That is still more damage dealt. A full HP bar between he and Jing. And there's a lot more pressure here put on to Mindfreak's shoulders. A 3v5 for the defense to try to get themselves on the map point. Fragment will delay for now.
Now you still have Flash. Forsaken as well. Just delay here for PRX. Jing.
Oh, look at the backstab. Mindfreak can find the first. Israel going to be taken down. Monyet swinging out of the smoke. Dead. Mindfreak finding a second. Now suddenly, it's just Mindfreak falls. Kills for him.
Apa itu?
This is kind of what I was looking for out of PRX after that timeout, was they sent Jing on a mission to go deep to get in the lurking position, or the counterplaying position, and he finds a ton of value. And also the util here, really good for Mindfreak and Forsaken, setting each other up nicely. So those flashes, and just great work there from Mindfreak in that relay build as well. Jing sets it up so that Mindfreak can just come up to the platform and knock him down. So this is pacey, but
Aduh, abang-abang Mindfreak.
Really good as RRQ, and then you hit tab, you look at the scoreboard, and you say, oh, Mindfreak's still alive.
well, that's kind of the problem with going up against PRX is you hit tab, and
No.
if they're still alive,
That's true.
it's not pleasant.
Oh, God.
Ooh, angle-nya.
Yes.
Well, plant now in very pacily here from the side of PRX. Wanting to bring this map to a conclusion. Something pushing up did make noise on the ropes. Decided to tuck back down. It's Jing finding the first, the push up, and they are looking to bring this to an end right here, right now. Dodge out of the paranoia. Israel able to find the first, clears out the Honda, slide to the corner. He shuts that down. Jing dead. Double approach, however, from behind. He's only at 7.
GG.
Gonna be caught midair.
Udah menang kah anjing?
Kau udah.
Find the win here on their map pick of Lotus.
Yeah, I mean, really interesting stuff. Bringing in the Neon, bringing in the KO. I really like some of it. The way that Forsaken is really diligent about using that knife to check corners and stuff, that flash, some of those tight positions. I mean,
Lah, gue udah bangun coy.
getting a plant down or playing post plant, that's basically the game plan there with that.
Ini suaranya siapa ya? Bentar, tebak suara.
I really like that nade flash bait. Just scored something for it.
Nalen ya sih? Apa bukan?
Those kinds of plays a lot. But that's map one done. Let's pass it back over to the analyst. Justin.
Oke.
Woo!
Iya, maaf. Lu udah bangun, Ki?
We got double neon.
Lu main sampai jam berapa tadi?
The way we thought it was gonna be, like we were guessing Siege, we were guessing like I don't know what
Neon Rays.
Neon Rays, we were guessing all sorts of Neon on Jing. Now I can't say that's the highlight of today's first game.
Lah, kok gue cabut dari Discord sih?
Jing on Neon is like seeing Monyet on Rays. It's like
Kocak, Discordnya tiba-tiba restart.
It wasn't meant to be.
She's like trying to say nice things about
yeah, I don't give Auntie Pearl's watching. But look, they won.
Yes.
And it was the first way to kick off.
Kocak, disconnected. Aduh, Discord jelek anjing. Discord jelek, Discord jelek.
How you got? Where do we start? Where do we start?
I know. Like the Russian duelist slash operator duel. It's like I want to start with.
Ya, PRX.
Oh yeah, the very kicked off with an ace by Monyet.
And he's like ah! I got my revenge on you.
Halo.
Here, but I think to be honest, and we're looking at the stats right here.
Iya nggak?
14 kills, first kills for PRX. I think Jing's ability to spike with the Neon wasn't during the first half when PRX was defending. It was during the second half when he was the one attacking already. Because sure, he died from time to time, but you can't see the setup that they have. They're gonna throw out the Prowlers. There's gonna be a lot of separation because of the Neon wall. If that Prowler gets any contact on the site, it means that PRX extension is gonna be there. So you kind of see that this isn't the same comp that we've been seeing usual teams, but it does have its uses, and primarily on the side of PRX most addictive, which is the attacking side, it did really show its full efficiency, and I think RRQ just wasn't able to really react to that, even with Monyet being a really strong duelist. And the thing about this is, look at this, even though Jing died more times than Monyet, he really again got that spike on the second half where he still has the most amount of kills between two units.
It's really is just basically what Paper Thin said. You know, he is kind of that reconnaissance tool for the whole team, except he's a player. He's a recon unit off his own, and that's really what happened. I think in the first few rounds, right, especially when we saw that Monyet ace, it's, you know, maybe PRX anticipating what that Neon would look like against them, but not really being fully prepared for it. And that's why we often saw Jig kind of like, honestly, to Monyet several times. But once they adjusted, you know, he's throwing his body in. The rest of the team, Mind Freak, Forsaken, something, especially something. They're always there for the trade. They are always there and set up ready to take down the rest of the RRQ squad. That's why we saw like their seaside defense was solid. They knew how to play backside. You always had Mind Freak ready to throw out the paranoia whenever, you know, RRQ was about to send in a fault line.
Mana yang man freak 4 kill tadi masih nantian ya?
I also wanted to start real quick that I felt like a lot of the, you know, the decisions is just
Ya kan.
RRQ has already shown in Lotus. Sure, there's going to be an adjustment of who's playing the chamber, if one is going to be on the neon, but it's still the same thought process. And a lot of the counters that I've seen throughout the years, for let's say like a chamber, it's going to be the KO. For Monyet, I would say it's still somewhat the KO in a way, or maybe even the what do you call this? The buy on Fade, because you have a lot more coverage with your hunt if you put it on top of the site. So you can at least see how they're kind of tracking these opponents of theirs. And there's kind of some kind of the examples of what you kind of see that those abilities work for PRX. And again, it just shows how strong and how very PRX is in the matchup.
That fight IQ that they have is always just so solid. And I think, to be completely honest, right, like, their composition is not like the most optimal. It's not super like meta or anything. Because I can see more synergy between like the Fade
Anjing ganteng.
hard counters, whatever RRQ has. They knew that this was the composition that they would play, and they picked this for a purpose. And they knew how to work their way around it, like, you know, using the prowlers and everything purposefully to, you know, clear in spaces and put themselves into certain positions where I remember this round, something just has like this way of clearing the angle where Jemkin would hold into rubble. It's just so like precise and perfect.
Absolutely. Now we are going to Ascent next. This is RRQ's pick. RRQ has found a lot of success with this. PRX is known to not to be great at Ascent. That said, throughout Madrid, which is when we saw them play this the most, these stats are from just here in Pacific, but we saw PRX play Madrid the most against like Loud, Sentinels, other teams globally, and they did win most of those games, and they pioneered, especially with those double initiator comps. Now I'm curious if that's what they're going to go back to, or they're going to go with what they tried last time here in Pacific. One thing for sure, though, I feel like this is going to be a long game. Like both of these teams like pushing to the, you know, the final round and going overtime on Ascent.
That's also I just wanted to add as well, this is also the Madrid where Monyet was still with PRX. So no Jing just yet, right? So we could be seeing a whole different approach, a whole different set of comps with, again, having Jin in mind, which again, I'm just going to point it out there. He does like to play the Sage before, so
Yes.
just bringing that out there.
I do enjoy seeing him on stage, though. He's a great stage.
Yeah, that's true. And they have great ways of using that wall. I mean, every time you see it around A-Main, it works out really, really well. It's very interesting why they left it open, and especially for RRQ to pick it against them as well, I think. I think that's one of the most interesting things to me about this map pick is what does Coach Yuan have cooked up for us? Because his timeouts on that Lotus actually had quite a bit of impact. He makes the timeout call, they win the next round, or maybe they win, you know, the subsequent round after that, where they're able to fake out the site. So I think Ewok definitely has some kind of an idea as to why he picked this map.
Yeah, papers were like fluttering. Everyone was like,
He was
yes!
excited.
And then they won. They won that round right after his timeout. And before we dive deeper into
Apa
this,
gempa bumi anjing?
our guest in game.
Oh, kakiku gerak-gerak soalnya. Maaf.
Yeah, so the next question is, what's the...
Aku sedang sibuk mencari ini.
Currently their average round differential is around seven rounds. So
Okay.
I'm, yeah,
Pindah.
Yeah, if you pick 7, it's a
So wait,
double or double down.
more than 7 is 8, less than 7 is 6.
Okay, you gotta pick it right now. You guys got 10 seconds.
7.
All right.
Can I copy your answer?
No cheating.
We're gonna go.
Students.
We're gonna go big or go home. I'm just gonna do it because we're already.
That is so not big though. It's like average. It's literally average. Okay.
This
so yeah.
is the right size
Alright. I'm going last.
of an
Going
option.
last.
Okay.
All right. Okay, I think we can dive into that, but I actually rather talk about Ascent in general.
Yeah.
I do think this is gonna go the distance. on
Jatuh.
Ascent, like I was saying earlier, which is why I think it's less.
Ring light-nya kok nggak mau menyala sih?
And average, you want to double over, and you're playing the game. That's like he's doing something else there. Now, what I think we were talking
Turu dia anjing.
PRX's new structure. They're more polished. And Chopra, his argument, his case for RRQ was like maybe that's the thing that would give RRQ the opportunity to win. But I think it's
Sama
actually
banget.
prevented them from winning. RRQ played, I think they played well, but PRX just kept it together. It was very clean. They did what they needed to do to, and they completely.
Bentar aku mau nyiapin kostum gua, ada yang rental kostum.
This could be the game changer for Ascent.
I think that's a really good point. It's a tricky thing of how PRX still has those solid fundamentals and they really know how to make the map work for them, especially when they're playing those close quarter duels. They're knowing how to kind of leapfrog off of each other.
Oh, but he's back.
Hey,
Wait.
and a Cypher
Okay.
and a Clove.
Oh my god.
This is the first time we're seeing Forsaken
remember what I was saying
shy
anymore.
away from the initiator as well for at least I think like 3 to 4 series now. And then Jing being on the Clove, you'll love to see it. This means that there is gonna be a whole lot of contact, a whole lot of separation around the map when PRX are gonna be attacking. So RRQ cannot sit on their laurels and rely on the KJ utility to get that information.
But a tiny counter to that, yes, PRX, they're going to have to rely a lot more on the aggressions, the duels, the trades. But RRQ, going back to what works for them, right? This is the Jemkin Jet, and it's always that strong. We saw how they took apart other teams with this comp, so it could work again.
Fantastic point. We are going to see the Russian duelists face off and Clove. Jing trying to collect as many duelists as Jason perhaps. Let's go over into game 2 of today. Our casters, Paper Thin and Helios.
That's okay.
We're then kicked off as we get ready to go into map number 2. And yes, things have been cooked up here from the side of PRX. Now, I remember after stage 1 final, being at the Ascent, sitting down with Alex, and I said, hey, what do you think about Glow? And he said, I think they're not going to play it, and we won't play it.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Yeah, and here we are.
Anyway, let's see how it looks as we go into the game.
What we have learned, Alex is a liar.
Yep.
It's so funny because I literally had the exact same thought as soon as this came up. I was like, he bamboozled us again.
Or he just changed his mind. I guess people are capable of doing that.
Yeah, it's totally normal.
For now, though, Elmi Moore sat here alone at tree. Paranoia coming
Dia
towards
udah main.
gun down. Zig able to find the opening kill. And Cypher on the board. Not something we've seen him play in quite some time. Onion, however, situated here. With a solid pinch in towards window. This one, Forsaken, cleaning it up, bringing it back into a 3v3, but Spike can be playing here by the ball.
Still some util to work with. More Paper Rex. They can find some damage with these shock darts. Yeah.
Okay, studying the aim. Something eventually able to find the headshot, putting Jemkin down. Good damage. One of his straight ahead. Sparrow now both back off the swing out. Jing able to go ahead and collect 2 kills, trying to get that not dead yet online swiftly, but it's going to be PRX claiming their first pistol of the series.
Yeah, just some really kind of good coordinated.
Ih, masa dia pick di bawah utas semua sih?
Not their best, I would say. They're not bad at any map, but we haven't seen it this stage from them. Last time they played against PRX, this stage.
Siapa menang?
So,
Ih, masih replay.
identification there for Jing.
Anjing gue yang cari makanan nggak ada, coy.
And yeah, the Clove looking strong for Jing so far. Upgrade to a Guardian too.
Jing on Pearl likes to play Phoenix. Chloe
Sure.
plays a little bit like a Phoenix.
It does. It's like
Menghapus Ascendant bentar ini.
sort of Reyna, sort of Phoenix-y.
Much more difficult to get. Run it back.
Looking for God. Oh, looking for God dipakai juga.
Harusnya ke bawah.
Yeah, just check the vulnerability of Babel.
Yeah, that's true.
I told you bro, anjing 2
Like
sniper,
they
cok.
on the A, sussing this out, everybody across over here towards this A site. Your point will tell all once Australia decides to let it loose.
Yeah, there's a setup here. More Paper X. Walking potentially right into the feet grinder, and it's just something's head taken off by Elmore.
It's Elmore with the sheriff in hand. Can't be too shocked by that one. Divine does get away without taking any damage. Offers him back there on Elmore, putting him down to 38. Looks like it's going to be a bit of a pump fake here as they send some players down mid.
Force out the rotation. Overcoming from RRQ. RRQ moving a muscle.
Here.
Is falling back off of contact. Put himself up behind the wall. Let's see if they read this. Yep.
Push in. Jemkin going to be taken down. Fragment to try to hold him at bay. Working your match free. Meanwhile, Divine playing entry. Silva comes in with 2 Australia and Elmore both going to be finished off. Come on yet. Solid headshots. Fine Forsaken, but then gets cleared out. Sparrow taking down Mind Free. Notice there's not that much time remaining here. Smoke is set up. Jing going for the plant. Door broken open. Sparrow just waiting. It's there. Certainly has, but Sparrow with the recovered Bulldog will be able to take Jing out.
Let's go.
Win out the eco round.
Yeah. Just
PRX kalah.
that Paper X just kind of keeps beating their heads against the wall with. It seemed like maybe there was an opportunity there for Paper X to just go for B, but it is not in Paper X's nature to not fight. They go for the moment.
Hey, 1000 kills.
Jing has reached the 1,000 kill club. As we even got the banner out here.
Wow.
Fans were absolutely ready for this one. Congratulations. But alas, it's one.
Siapa 1000 kill?
Absolutely. Fans
Wih, aduh.
pretty much could guarantee it was going to happen today. The numbers that Jing is able to put up individually.
I mean,
yet.
if it didn't happen today, it would have been an all-time career low.
Yes, exactly. That's kind of the...
So few kills away from it.
Yeah. It was, what, like 22 coming in today, or so less than that? Wasn't many.
Something to that extent. That's some trading Odin shots and Forsaken. Knocked down to 12.
Forsaken's gone for the Odin. Well, most of the rest of his team is on a save. Guardian for something. So really kind of... I wouldn't call it head-scratching, it's Paper X, but interesting.
Guardian, I would suppose.
Yeah. Seeing if you could win that early duel. Oh, check.
Oh, yeah.
Belum kompetitif kan?
5v4, dart onto something. He's got to go ahead and evacuate that top mid position. Paper X can work some magic and try to turn this one on its head.
It's going to be really, really difficult.
Playing around towards that B side as well. Really mitigates what kind of impact Jing can have with those smokes. Waiting.
Wih, line up.
On at the ready.
Parah, line upnya gak dikasih lihat.
Back step to try and delay. Nick Sparrow already finding one. Elmore going to be taken down. Devi able to win out that fight. Now Nick Sparrow on his lonesome. Flushed out. Devi found a second. Jimkin now arriving. Takes out Devi, but already into a very bloody brawl. Forsaken going to be eliminated. That's a spike now stranded. Something knows that he has to just challenge in for the kills. Estrella now in a wrong spot.
Wah, ente deh, abang something.
Keeps RRQ moving forward.
I mean, somehow, some way, Paper X still able to just kind of slowly work their way through. I love the game plan here from RRQ. Get the info up to KJ Utility, start rotating people over, save one nano to delay just a little bit longer, but Devi just reads it. He's just like, oh, I know what you're doing with that nano. I've played Killjoy before. I'm going to swing out and take 2 down. Still though, recovery, smiles abounding for RRQ. I'm not dead yet, and the ult for Devi available. Let's see what Paper X has cooked up.
Just going to open up with this one. On the hunt. Tag. Estrella. Oh, taken down. The third final shot. Able to find him. Solid opening here for the side of Paper X. Ping out here on the Jing, but no no one in position to try to punish, so will be safe for now. And even if he had been taken down, does have that hold as you previously mentioned. Let him now come through. Shock dart's going to be lobbed in, but connection not going to be found.
Listen, really tough retake. Oh, that swing from something though.
He's taken out. One of the rifles now on the floor. Forsaken going to be able to recover that, so Vandal in hand for him. Jinx taking pot shots in the smoke. Come on, yet. Dead. Doing Jemkin as well. Now whittled away at. Down to 15 HP, and this just becomes nigh impossible for RRQ.
You had your fun.
Jing picked off, but there's the ult popped.
You can just hold.
Yeah. How aggressively do you want to play this? The round is already over. You can see people working their way out of here. Swinging in. Will be shut down, but that's still going to be 3 players alive on the side of PRX as they tie it up 2-2.
Yeah, I mean, I really like the idea on this map with Clove that when their ult is up, like if you get that spike down, it makes those retakes so difficult on this map. Think about the way these sites are laid out. Good luck. Okay, you got the kill onto the Clove. Well, you're gonna have to go through probably a crossfire or, you know, a trade attempted from another player. Plus Clove is dismissing, or not dismissing, but, you know, traveling all over the place. And then they're gonna be coming right back at you.
This is already quite the wonky game that we have. Economy just teetering back and forth between the two teams. Now, Sheriff and a Ghost in hand here for the side of RRQ. As, Jemkin going on a quick little peek out, but okay. I was gonna say, Lotus to just try to set up this potential backstab here for Xfero, leave him on a lurk within bench, but he comes away with that elimination. Divine knocked down to 45 to try to equalize the HP bar there of the strike. Quite noticing. Or sat there at stairs.
What an angle.
Vulnerable lobbed in, but a TP away. Monyet so very low. Waiting for that decay to expire. As Jing is shorty in hand. And coming down in Xfero now finding the timing, slinking in from behind. Dart set, but there's the kill. Strikes Divine dead. Mind Freak gone, and Jing cannot find more. Jemkin with 3, RRQ with the same. Maintaining a lead.
Yeah, I mean, RRQ just challenging space early really pays off. Gives them so much map control off the rip. Finding the kill. Holy, got the glimpse of him just as the smoke was coming up, just as that cyber page was popping. LME Moore taking a great little angle that caught Forsaken off guard. Trying to scale your way through towards A.
Kayak bapak-bapak ini.
Everybody holding their feet.
Bapak-bapak Valo.
Early timeout from PRX this time. Talking about
First one of the series.
yeah, how they want to
Masalah.
readjust. Alex, letting them know. I do feel like, though, that, you know, desk stonks have really gone down because he's not breaking as many, so you're not having to replace them as much.
Now my side business has been plummeting in value.
Destroyed in the gutter.
Between that and my truck rental business here in Korea, I haven't had that much business for the last little bit.
We just need Valorant fans to get on the truck now.
That's true.
Nih lumayan lah PRX daripada kayak kemarin anjing nggak di.
Haven't had nearly.
Ya lebih disiplin ya sih mereka.
Kemarin aja abis ngeplan langsung maju cok buru maksudnya kejar.
Masa ya.
Situation like you were talking about.
Tapi dua smoker aja.
Some force here and there, but RRQ will be able to carry that Odin over. Make up a lot of extra money.
Bebe, iya Kak Miki.
Purchased.
Jing kayaknya mau pakai Clove biar match sama itu bundle barunya.
Ace to it.
Ngapain?
Kan lucu. Lo nggak lihat tuh? Lo nggak lihat tuh mukanya Jing baby face banget anjing.
Iya coy.
Back up is there.
Gemes gitu lagi.
Ngapain coy, ini bukan kompe cok. Ini prosin anjir.
Go ahead.
Naruh smoke-nya di sono aja.
Makanya bingung aku.
I mean, the thing is if PRX can just get
Nanti the real cok party teroris tuh PRX cok.
towards B, whether it be LME Moore or Jemkin, could have actually broken the space open. Of course, we know that. We can see the map, but seems like A is really
Biasa nih, PRX 5-6 ronde awal tuh try out anjing ngebaca musuh doang.
Approach in the meantime, Jing gonna take that from Sig as well. Falling over here at
Real team entertainment ini nih.
that spike in hand.
Entertain.
Tapi keren loh mereka, jadi banyak face-nya anjing.
Iya makanya gue bilang mereka tuh main ngehibur aja.
He's able to find it, looks for the follow-up. There's the weapon, flies in the meantime. Gonna be held. Mind Freak now approaching in towards heaven. Comes up with a kill, something, finds himself a third.
Lu liat yang mukanya paling serius main tuh something cok.
Flips, there's something.
Kuat anjing main namanya anak keempat oh iya.
However, here from PRX. Making his way across the plane, coming down, and something catches him in midair. A 4K. To bail him out, give PRX the round win. We're tied 3-3.
I mean, he's just unbelievable. The plays that he's able to create. You know, here's the TP and knows exactly where it's going. I heard you. Yep. And then he's just so quick to react. So good with these cloudbursts. I mean, it's kind of this part of the game that a lot of people don't talk about with Jets, but like the way he
Anjing dicuekin sama Davai.
really exceptional.
Parah banget, parah banget.
Tahu.
Brilliant with them.
Just another something 4K, another round victory.
Yep.
Jimkin attempts here at this tiles crunch. Estrella in the meantime pushing out an 80.
Tuh ngapain? Main freak sama for second anjing.
Jing now. Last one standing.
Kita lihat di Jing.
Shot's gonna be sent down. Cannot find the kill. A flaws in response here from
Tapi kalau
RRQ.
PRX sudah mulai kebaca cok. Kiri anjing.
Just a great hard read by RRQ.
I thought it was gonna get away from them as soon as the tiles crunch got slowed up, but Estrella just manages.
Dia mau main 3 map kan nih PRX nih.
Kali. Kali.
We're PRX.
Sunset sih.
They thought they had the tiles crunch kind of shut down because they had locked off mid. Little did they know
Game 3 match.
coming from a multitude of angles there.
Bisa juga ya.
Really dart out.
He knows, but Jing free swings, finds the challenge, and Amai recovering fire.
Mati cok Jin anjing kayak gitu matinya jelek banget.
Able to defend against something, but back down out of 45. One shot from Forsaken with that Sheriff with the Vandal. Now to go ahead and be able to finish him off. Cam gets the dart through, reposition.
4 second cypher.
More damage now down to 10.
Yeah, not yet trying to get tricky. Oh, X-Sparrow quickly traded by Divide.
Padahal biasanya
A little bit of the
dua kalau mau ngatur gitu.
shot dart not the
4 second gitu.
Trying to stop him from swinging forward here into the site. This is a very dire situation now here for RRQ. Over the top, spotting one, Monyet avoiding the shock dart, but not the
Tek
full
anjir.
Mind Freak.
3 detik anjir.
By that, a smattering of damage found
Look,
off
tek
the Divide, but
Oh recon.
more on its lonesome. This would be one hell of a clutch.
Ooh.
From behind, tries to push out of the smoke, but Forsaken finds it.
Jelek banget tuh posisinya.
Perfectly balanced.
It's really intriguing to me. The way that PRX just, like, is so good at, like, in this stage in particular, they seem to be making adjustments really quickly. This time expecting this early aggression.
Yeah.
And the recon dart kind of gives it away, especially when Elmi Moore didn't have his Hunter's Fury to back it up. Now he has it. And they're just ready for that push out. Kind of back-to-back rounds from RRQ, trying to maintain that momentum. I almost said maintain that Magneto. I was like, that's weird for me. But just trying to build off of that, and they can't. Because PRX has been really good about adjusting. So far today and so far throughout the stage. It really looks like a very different PRX than what we saw.
Oh,
That being said.
Forsaken. Baited in by the sound of the turret, wanting to clear it out, and Jimkin does strike. The advantage found here. Jing able to put a decent amount of damage there onto Estrella.
Kayaknya nih kalau si
In towards main. Jing gonna be full flash.
defender
Finds the
Nice
shot
try.
from Elmi Moore, but the fragment out of his feet will take him down. It's gonna be Pop, second one.
pada lurking nih anjing pada bisa misah dua smoker kan.
Estrella, as low as he is, this could be a somewhat easily found one for them.
Dia anjing dice nggak kecil kan here.
Reinforcing here at a heaven.
Oh, nice try.
Take it down. Monet flushed out into the open. Mind Freak able to collect that with the Odin, but still
Wah,
closer to getting a plant on this A site are PRX.
That was all kind of
Menang
fake
nggak niche?
there. RRQ hid themselves from that ult.
Ih!
Push up.
Got the spike.
Aduh, something bisa ini mah. Ayo abang something.
Jemkin for now, the only one here towards his A site. Door already shut. Tap of the spike to see if he baits anybody out of heaven.
Grouping.
10 seconds left.
Holds for the stick.
Spike planted.
Down is at the ready. Turret set up the door. Breaks.
Wah, double pick anjir.
To get
Jelek banget itu.
narrow margins, but round win going the way of RRQ once again in the lead.
Yeah, but now RRQ is starting to get some of those rounds that they weren't able to on Lotus. Starting to find their footing a bit more, but this round kind of...
Besok event di living jam
Jink
berapa ya?
gets his ult. He's like, I'm gonna go exploring towards short because that's the better angle. And RRQ is like hiding, mostly in heaven and hell. They're saying, okay, yeah, we know you got your ult. I'm gonna wait you out. Meanwhile, I was watching the map and all of PRX is like quick rotating back over to A off that info. It's like, well, we got short control. Surely we can get A control. They fall just short. RRQ read that very, very nicely. Shut it down. Barely getting the win in the end. Still, though, something has blades.
Out of my way.
Have a Hunter's Fury again for Divide.
I mean, no one's won a consecutive round since
No.
RRQ in rounds 2 and 3, so we just continue to follow the script. PRX will pull off this thrifty attempt.
It's a checkerboard.
Live sampai jam berapa ya?
Right now.
Nggak tahu. Ini kayaknya live watch party doang deh. Gue belum mandi anjing.
Minimal mandi.
Ih, gue baru bangun kan. Terus cek Discord lah, anjing udah pada cabut nih orang-orang. Abis itu buka YouTube kan, nonton klip yang semalam.
They really, really want to
Terus ngeliat home, lah iya PRX main coy.
take advantage
Ya udah, gasin.
of utility.
Apa itu mandi? Masih cakep gue.
Willing to put Xvero over
Alah
there.
be, libur kok mandi.
Cage utility.
Tahu, hebat air nggak sih bro?
Dashing his way
Alah lu hebat air aja.
Save water coy, demi kelangsungan bumi kita.
Tiba-tiba save water.
Itu konsep. Malas aja gitu loh, nggak usah cari
Lah, orang udah gak keburu tadi.
well.
Gua aja baru banget di warnet masih sempet mandi.
In through heaven.
Lalu tidur di warnet.
Will fall.
Iya.
Kocak.
Anak-anak udah sholat Jumat kan lu
Shot
dulu
puts
dah.
straight down on the ground for one.
Tidur, habis sholat Jumat.
Sparrow turning back. His sights up towards heaven.
Bangun.
Finding another one.
Gua kebangun gara-gara apa?
Here, something.
Ada yang teriak anjing.
Dashes out.
Ini udah jam 4
Point
soalnya.
being detained.
Udah kemudian.
Is that a knife? Swaps back over here, but Sparrow now all 25. He finds the first one. Something going to be taken.
Aduh bisa ini mah.
Turret set. He has not held this to half. Gets a spot on the mind freak. Can now just play around.
Hui, abang ganteng.
Takes him down.
Ah,
We
nice.
stick to this.
Anjing, dikit banget.
Back towards paper.
Ya kena.
Makanya,
Tied.
dikit banget.
It's just insane. Yeah, but PRX, I mean, I really like this round for PRX because they're starting to open up the map a little bit
Ya,
by
ada something
sending
ya.
some fakes, by using
Literally
Forsaken
something, ya.
to draw some attention towards the other side. So good at understanding their
Kasian
time.
banget anjing kena.
And, you know,
Kena
something there
ulti
just
dah.
knows that he can go for a couple blades and then dash out. Mind Freak was well aware. He had TP'd out. I mean, using the movement mobility of their agents so well in the heat of the moment. PRX
Mau dikasih half kan di match poinnya nih
so
6-6.
steady from them. I mean, just you can tell that, you know, this team. This is why they've been at every international for the last 2 years. Oh,
the
Forsaken.
Iya Allah.
There's a one right
Yeah.
here. Forsaken gets away. Minimal damage taken.
Now RRQ reading that maybe PRX is going to try a different direction, shifting a couple players over into mid. Going to try to capitalize on some of the successful runs they had earlier in the half. Be able to control this space really well, knock some players down early. Divide going to use his util. It's going to keep a couple extra players planted over towards A. But look at this mid space being taken. Oh, Jepkin.
The angle, but
Ini
they
tiga
managed to
di
go ahead and refill it with Xvero. And he's going to find the trap. Mind Freak going to be taken down. That's now the spike stranded here in B lobby. Xvero tries to hold the line, finds one. Strand catching the ball.
Ya.
King reveal out off the near ult, depth to swing in, and Elmimore finding Forsaken the spike, stranded something all on his lonesome. A 1v4 once
Mundur
again.
lagi dia.
Third time this
Udah
series,
masuk.
only
So,
20 seconds with
dia
the
mungkin
series.
udah masuk kayaknya di belakang
Time
temannya.
team, RRQ
Here.
should be able to close this one out, should be sticking
Blunder
to the
aja kayaknya.
script as we continue to go
10
blow for
seconds
blow
left.
between these teams.
Yeah, should just say for realsies this time for something.
Teter ya.
Absolutely, that is
Blunder
going to be the
PRX.
case. This is just anything you can do, I can do better from these two teams. But again, RRQ kind of digging back into the playbook, just saying, okay, here's what worked.
Harusnya menang lagi
We
nih
took
PRX
early
yang
mid
6-6 nih.
control. You know, that gave us a lot more space. PRX has been sometimes leaving that open, just kind of rotating back and forth. And then, you know, either trying to brute force their way through a door. Every once in a while they'll send somebody short, but rarely is it through the catwalk.
One enemy remaining.
And this is good understanding of the map by RRQ. Now, do we continue?
I need PRX if they want to give us a 6-6 half. Stick to the script.
Kalah,
They
menang,
win
kalah,
this round.
menang, kalah, menang, kalah.
Across into Cubby from Mind Freak. Estrella position over in Wine. Shot's going to be sent out. Paranoia as well, crashing across. And Estrella on the swing, able to find one with Jenkin. Trading up.
That spike.
Spots out something to push forward. Elmimore cleaning up two. Catches something, catches Jing. Now it's on Forsaken, which is a stick.
Ini
But he will not be able to get it done.
More.
The script has been blown. RQ will find themselves
75.
aduh PRX.
going into the attack half.
Yeah, it's a really decent half from RRQ.
Mau main 3 map ini yakin aku.
PRX really
Betnya
throwing a lot of
gede
different
nih.
stuff at
Iya,
RRQ
so
today. A couple maps
Battle
that
of
we
Rex
haven't
lagi
seen
gede betnya.
from PRX since before the stage started, so not a lot of info. They're handling it pretty well so far in terms of this map. Let's just see if
PRX
you know
nih
if
tim
this is actually a
so
defender side of thing for PRX. This season in particular,
Literally nggak
PRX has been
entertain.
really good on defender side actually. If you look through their stats, like normally everybody's like, oh yeah, PRX WK Gaming, like they're really aggressive, but their defender side has been
kapan ya gue punya monitor
where they're
Zoe
kind of
anjing.
getting their work.
Berapa duit tuh monitor?
So the test was finished and they came.
Zoe yang mandel nih.
Very
Yeah,
good.
we're after finishing up the schoolwork.
Yep.
Itu speknya mereka itu satu set
Classico.
berapa?
Either skip your
I was going to
skip
say,
school or
skipping is the other one.
Mahal nggak sih anjing?
Lumayan lah.
Iyalah,
Skip school, go to the
Bisa dapat motor nggak sih?
live. The tail is over.
harusnya.
Kalau monitor dia aja
Ya
8
main nggak nge-freeze lah gitu.
Aduh, nggak ada ini ya masalah FPS drop ya. FPS 80 tuh nggak dapat mereka ya.
Q,
Gak ada, gak relate.
claim the pistol. Again.
Sedangkan gue yang pernah nangis pas streaming gara-gara FPS drop anjing.
RRQ.
Punya aja anjir. Asal-asal
Pink merah gitu nggak ada tuh.
Asal-asal apa anjing? Ada Gojek.
They're just gonna go
Udah ganti VGA belum?
Belum.
Udah ganti proses.
Halo.
try to contest B main space, but seeing what we can see on the map, PRX is actually
Iya benar udah di depan kakak.
giving them not the opportunity
Oke saya turun ya sebentar.
put those pressures to good use, at least off the rip. Cypher utility's pretty far back. A lot of ghosts.
Mana tadi?
Something. Take a swing out, see split.
Mereka harus makanan, kita sekarang alhamdulillah.
Kita alhamdulillah. Bisa main aja alhamdulillah kita.
That one, if we could drop the pistol win stack, that'd be great. Thank you. As the executive ready to come through.
Puas banget mantap tuh.
Avoid that one. Jemkin whittled away, and there's Forsaken able to collect two. Now a third. Fallen. He's looking for the fourth. Has to go for the reload. Start dancing around. Out.
Forsaken.
Dizzy. And Forsaken finds the fourth piece now. On some ghost and hand spike still needing to be retrieved. Gone up in two. Decides to try to go for the stick here, but now the approach coming in fast
Ini
off
lah
the side.
kelasnya parah banget.
Comes back, finds the first one, finds the second, and Elmimore identifying.
Wait,
Freaks position. Dark
Troll lagi nih anak nih.
shoulder, reveal, the shots. Freak on!
Kelas let's
Gives RRQ up for the lead.
fix nih dia gede.
In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, oh man, all of PRX is
Kalah,
over
Cok,
and
anjing.
Forsaken sees him through that.
Capek anjing Forsaken gitu kelas.
He's gonna have to go nuclear. And he does.
Wah.
And Elmi,
Yeah.
well, you're gonna have to go crazy here. And he does.
1v4
Insane stuff. I think PRX overdid it. But Elmore It's got
Oh.
us beat.
Kenapa tuh?
One gun gone.
Per second 4K RRQ yang menang.
Be able to find that.
Oh,
Bang biasa anjing absen aja. Gitu macam aja.
tuh gun bodinya lucu anjing.
It's a heavy stack on A.
Gun bodinya RRQ. Kayaknya mana klik.
Slight buy-ups from
Lihat
PRX there.
monyet
We saw the sheriff. There's a frenzy.
pistolnya
And
PRX biar
thinking watching mid. The sheriff of his own.
Mereka punya klasik semua tim nggak ya?
Tricky.
Ada sih karena kan akun dari Ana nih.
Smoke the reveal
Dari Ryan.
something able to find the headshots. Very well.
Emang ini dipakai?
One friendly.
Masa yang dipakai? Mereka punya riot akunnya.
Looking decent.
Harusnya sih biasanya kalau turnamen gitu. Kalau turnamen kan, soalnya kan dia servernya beda
Both
sendiri.
sides pretty much in tatters.
Oh,
Why, but skins talking out on those. Recon actually connect onto with that reveal.
Resmi
Where
bola.
he's able to find this shot.
pagi sayang. Halo Om dan selamat pagi.
Still pretty decent.
Iya ya, lah kan aku baru bangun ya masih pagi dong.
There was a lot of investment
Lah,
into that end.
itu title-nya belum gue ganti anjing bentar.
Into this bonus.
Like that last.
Kayaknya tadi udah gue ganti deh.
Ya Aji dari awal kayak masih mau pesen.
Oh, masa ya? Maaf lupa.
Brother.
Yeah, it was not bad. You get a solid ad. Yeah. That's what I'm here for.
Into the rifle round.
Iya maaf lupa, udah keganti tuh.
Sheriff in hand still.
Maklum dah tua.
Firepower is something. Spraying up.
Tumben mengakui tua.
Straight catch.
Maya mengakui.
Little bit of damage down to the enemy jet.
Mulai sadar diri kan.
Some lurk quite far forward. Forsaken, suspicious of this. Ooh, and tell me more. Narrowly misses the opportunity to find the kill. Jing down. The one trying to defend. Finds the first one. Mind freak looking for the second.
Ikutin aja stratnya.
Not make it happen. Advance down here. RRQs, they look for a bonus conversion.
Spike planted.
Naomi Moore right back to the same position. Defy this time, though, will be able to win it out. With one get down to 5 HP, suddenly this becomes a bit more winnable for the side of PRX.
Dari
Shock dart. And the recon.
Wah,
Mas.
wah. Damai.
Oops.
What the hell?
Apaan itu anjing?
Grab back around Manya, finding Defy. Swing out now, looking for the isolation.
Jatuh
Here
aja
is
lagi anjing.
back into the smoke.
Mas nih.
Bro. He's out in the open. Looking forward to checking the hell time, working against some of the shots, bringing out.
Ih, apaan sih? Aduh, something wrong ini mah.
Bringing out with that advantage.
Damai blunder.
Well, front here on Ascent.
Udah baik
I mean, these
rekodnya. Rekod di atas ini tuh yakin gue.
It's really where they're doing their damage against PRX on this map. Just that deep push, able to slip the net. You don't have that extra layer of Killjoy utility to kind of cover some of that space over towards B.
Time out kah? Mana Alex?
Eyes.
Mana
Or
Alex?
yes, you have the cipher, but
Liatin
or
Alex.
entry denial
Tumben gak marah-marah.
necessarily
Wah, gak gila. Lagi time out gak boleh marah-marah.
good. Really good.
Oh, bener juga ya.
Jadi waktu time outnya itu sesi ya, nggak perlu marah-marah. Buat apa marah-marah tuh?
Caranya gitu.
This one is the next game.
Tua Wood. Ya, aku belum tua ya Om Danda.
For RRQ to look to try to take us into that third.
Itu sebelahnya siapa deh punya asisten dia sekarang anjir.
Iya, udah.
No, it is
Ya udah nggak gebruk-gebruk meja tapi asisten dipukul.
Depan.
twice around count here. They want to start
Udah jadi pelampiasan dia.
right here off the bat. Time out, but
Si Alexnya marah, terus yang banting asistennya.
limited for
Saling melengkapi, cuy.
Digantiin ya.
Adjustment here from PRX.
Udah lu apaan aja, fokus aja gue aja yang marah-marah. Banting-banting gue aja.
Aku yang banting ya gitu.
Bit of a fail safe in case that position falls apart. A trap wire by the switch.
Tell me if you wanna win.
Right outside the B main door. For what it's worth, PRX has read this round pretty well. Shockdart gonna chunk down Jemkin just a bit. Gets spotted, and here we go. Oh my.
damage body block, I believe, actually on the free. Off that tailwind, now something just sending some pot shots into the smoke. Let's go ahead, dash away. As that Hunter's Fury turns towards him.
Hektik banget anjir.
Side just about going to be found as Forsaken somehow slipping past the line. Will come up with one. Forsaken over will be flushed out of the B side. The spike can now be planted. Something needs to start with once again. It does not check for Slumber. He ends up falling. The drone cleared out. Dart being found. Swinging out of the smoke. It's over towards
Wih, timingnya udah semua.
the Stinger. Wonders for him on the Neon in the previous map. Can he find some similar magic here to at least deal some
Ditungguin,
damage?
jangan mau
This side of
dikasih
RRQ trying to get that ultimate online. Next smoke comes up. Mind Freak able to find one.
Kita fresh udah lah main map 3 aja.
He comes over to
Wah,
I was talking about.
ayo abang ganteng.
More work to be done. Mind Freak picking up the Stinger, swapping to the Sheriff. 2 bullets remaining. Is Moniette more than happy to give his life for the
Gak dapet sih. Belakang.
Swing around the side. Finds the headshot.
Aduh.
An RRQ.
Menyala monyet.
Another round victory. One step closer to taking
Udah,
to the
kita
sunset.
udah map 3 aja anjing. Bednya gede juga.
That was a really good kind of delayed entry there by RRQ. I think delayed more unintentionally than intentionally, but yeah, they still got there. They're just finding their shots. You know, a few Sheriff shots not really connected for PRX, probably the way they would like, but Jing is so good with that Stinger today. Really starting to see that, hey, it works for some other people. Might as well give it a go. Operator for something, Odin for the buy. Putting in a challenge. The pressure from RRQ. Take control of the orb. One away from a no command for Estrella. On the other side of the map. Maybe just snagged by Elmi more. Try to bait the A presence, but something is way out mid.
Time to try to go for peak though in the B lobby. He's not with the tailwind active. He's still going to try to make his way forward, but on a very narrow angle that everybody has already done. Smart out much here. Set up from Jing. Ult at the ready. Snano going to be sent his way. Divine, however, trying to hold the line. Double kill going to be found there with that Odin before he gets cleared up. The off shot whip from something sniped out of the sky. Elmore finds that kill. It's Elmore with 3v3. Now knocked down to 33. Looks like it's going to be a slow creep out of B over towards the safe side. Suspecting that there's been some rotations made here, but now Mind Freak, he's peeking. Looking for the shots, but instead he's going to be taken down. That's a tell-all. It's Forsaken now. He's the one trying to hold things down. He's able to find the first one. Reestablish the game, finds another. The ping reveal here on the Moniette. Spike is going to be recovered. Shuts the door, but now it's going to be TPing back across to that B site. The pursuit here is Jing.
12 detik.
Spike planted.
Back across Moniette. Here behind the box, the head going to be spotted. The switch
Ya,
challenge
kocak Jing.
victorious.
Yo.
RRQ now up to map point.
Absolutely.
Kocak gaming.
Good the map here by RRQ. In case those of you at home are wondering, does not work in that situation. There you go.
Round ends.
Yep, round is done though.
30 seconds left.
Felt like it was really that moment there. Mind Freak,
Gede banget.
kill.
Yeah. No, that hurt. That hurt a lot. He had an opportunity, and he just couldn't convert. I mean, it has looked like PRX has been a little bit off on this map in general.
Well, they've been showing us too much of his Jing.
Think beat my words. Appreciate that.
Ya emang PRX nge-troll mulu. Apa sih yang diharapin dari
On the
PRX?
floor.
Everybody with the dinosaur. Is there PRX?
Walk.
Is it Walk the Dinosaur? See, you're more of a boomer than I am. That's an old song. A little bit of space now being taken over towards A main. Moniette, though, just holding this angle. So ready for it.
Oh, but free fire. Still wants to maybe challenge back out for this one. He's been feeling it. We'll go ahead and back away, show some respect.
This should give PRX a good indication of what's going on. Seeing that Soul over there, too.
Eye ready for the swing on Cat. Elmore going to be taken down. Now just Moniette, Sparrow left alive to push out the smoke here from Jing. Almost finds the kill. Divine will be able to go ahead and close that out. Takes out Moniette.
Comeback kah? Di comebackin nggak nih?
hanging on by a thread to keep themselves alive here on Ascent.
Yeah, and this is something about Ascent that now that we've had it in the pool for literally the entire history of Valorant, that these teams know the map so well. It comes down to these little advantages that you're able to take, and PRX being able to take aim control like that gives them so much more awareness of what's going on, allows them to react a lot quicker to some of the presence that RRQ is going to try to show. RRQ going to show us another timeout to try to secure this victory as quickly as possible. Keep that momentum, keep the spirits high, give PRX any encouragement before we head over to Sunset, because that has been a very good map for PRX.
Yeah, I mean, even getting the win here on Ascent, you suspect that RRQ have been practicing up that Sunset for themselves, leaving it open for that final map. PRX have been terrified.
Kenapa ya kita
The last time they played it, G, that super flashy ace that he was able to pull off. RRQ need to be feeling prepared as they get ready to go into that one. They themselves have only played it 3 times, twice, but it's always been very close.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Darius's ace, or like Jing's ace would have been like one of the plays of the stage. And instead, it's like Darion, that was insane. Jing's ace was truly incredible. And the way that Forsaken was backing him up with the breach, stuff like that was great, but neither here nor there. Sparrow is his all, Jemkin is his, Stray has the no command.
Why can counteract the lockdown though? Has that Hunter's Fury?
Look at where PRX is set up.
Comeback bebek cosplay buah yuk, bisa yuk. Aduh, nggak ada kostumnya.
Out of A main, finding himself a third. We said, hey, remember that Jing ace? Well, he's looking for another one. Won't be able to find it here. As he does eventually get taken.
Besok aku datang ke event ini yang di living. Datang nggak?
Aggressive read off the back of RRQ's
Gini be, yang
Apa?
di Lotus.
Just
Di lapangan anjing mager ih. Ada isekai sih, tapi kayak soalnya kostum gue besok yang tertutup banget, takut panas.
Jing moment.
The fuck?
Overheals himself.
Oh iya, ada Bang Joni besok dia.
Crazy on the globe.
Ya di cosplay apa? Itu Arlecchino itu. Gimana sih baca Arlecchino atau Arlecchino? Yang HSR ya atau Genshin sih dia, anjing lupa.
To be changing up their ideas a bit, sending out the drone early, trying to figure out if there's another player clear the drone or something. But
Man, I'm suspicious about that.
yep, absolutely. But this is just to identify the position of this operator, I think, more than anything. And now you got to be ready. You've given up this space. What's going to be the answer? Paranoia in hand. Estrella not too far behind with his flashes. So you have really good ability to counter this space. That kind of is advantage PRX if they don't overcommit to this angle.
Jing more than happy
cosplay lini be.
over here at A, given that
Siapa itu?
ultimate is online.
The ring wave.
Swing out, couple players gonna be spotted.
Ada
Follow up smoke.
Kalau living kan seenggaknya ada AC gitu. Kalau di
Aggressively be rewarded for it. With another 2 kills.
Living bukannya panas juga ya?
tapi dia di dalamnya.
Jing,
Oh di dalam.
Heeh.
shut down. It's not like this round. Starting to get away from them.
Yang di dalam dia.
Sparrow.
Yang adem aja sih di living, main ke KKV, belanja barang nggak jelas gitu ya kan.
Ujung-ujungnya shopping.
The one tap from a strike.
Ayo tuh es. Lah, nggak es.
Back to a one.
Siapa tadi yang 4 kill anjing?
Sparrow. The swing out. The
nice.
sidestep. And that's something fallen.
Lah yang 4 kill siapa?
They are taking us the distance here in our opening series of
Jing nggak sih 4 kill tadi?
Sunset.
Yeah, this is a great bounce back from RRQ. Looking really solid on their map pick. Understanding the tendencies of PRX, their attacker side. Nearly flawless.
Abis anjing duit gue buat cosplay besok anjing.
Plenty to talk about there. As we pass it back over the analyst desk and get ready to go into map 3.
RRQ bring it back with a very solid victory on Ascent. Guys, how are you feeling, Asterai, about that scoreline? It was a very clear RRQ victory, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like less than 7 rounds
Victory.
victory.
Biasalah, PRX nyetrol mulu.
It was a very good. I'm sorry.
It was great. Sorry.
It was a good
How does
performance
it
from
feel
our.
to be Iron Dragon?
It's good. you know, it's my favorite character, Iron Man. So yeah, at least we're now in
Yeah.
the same element.
Ih, banyak yang ke living besok. Lihat anjing wignya bagus banget.
They had their stuff together, unlike your prediction for a guessing game. And
One-rounded.
even with the brand new comp for PRX.
Lihat wignya cakep banget anjing, kayak dia udah di styling gitu.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it was just like we were talking about this that
Cakep
PRX
ini
is
coy, tidak sabar untuk
here
mencobanya.
on Ascent, and it kind of shows
Gue kalau live stream pakai wig ini kayaknya sayang sih wignya, soalnya kan nanti pakai headset nanti dia bakal rusak nggak sih?
RRQ. They just felt like
Kalau udah di style kayak udah cakep
all of
gitu.
the
Terus
necessary
besok mau
tools to
photoshoot
just counter out
sekalian.
PRX.
Biar gue punya cosplay foto yang cakep. Jadi photocard nggak sih?
I don't think it had the same
Ayo siapa mau membeli photocard BD?
every time they felt like the rotation
Banget
speeds up
cok, ih anjing sange gue anjing.
RRQ where the killjoy was always situated at. And if not, they kind of just didn't really know how to deal with the Odin spam that was coming out as well from RRQ, which is usually what teams have to go through playing a set.
With that,
Aduh, OTW sunset ya.
it's, several rounds in the first half, but really it's just that
Yang
stumbling
terakhir sunset.
side from PRX that leaves you kind of dumbfounded. Like, how does this happen? So many of these rounds.
Ini kalian langsung pulang ya? Apa lower break?
He's doing a fantastic job. I was kind of expecting it to be like the Jemkin show, but it wasn't just that. The whole team really knew how to move their way.
Gak ngerti deh sama sistem turnamennya Valorant anjing, lower bracket apaan, ini apaan.
Slipping through mid, which is often a site where PRX kind of leaves unchecked, and they get flanked so many times because RRQ is so smart at how they want to execute on that site. They do it carefully, slowly, create a little bit of presence. Someone's starting to flank them, and even though Forsaken has the Cypher, somehow they're not kind of able to defend their backs.
That might actually be the issue, because again, I before this game started, I did also mention that Forsaken has kind of shifted more recently to the initiators, right? And this is like the first few times that we've seen him go into like the site. For sure, he's known for that, but then we haven't seen it in a long time, and I feel like it's also an issue here. Sure, he has some setups and whatnot, but it hasn't really adapted to how RRQ, as you were mentioning, was doing that mid control. It's usually just holding A mains and B mains, and that's why you usually don't really see too much success with Cypher players on Ascent, because the tripwire, as well great, doesn't really give you that big area of control.
Oh, jadi kalau kalah itu masih ada kesempatan buat main lagi kah?
Just leave it somewhere behind in case, just so that you get the information, but it doesn't quite happen too much for PRX. So it's a little bit painful to see sometimes, but just again tells you how much RRQ practice and rehearsed for this. You can see that they exactly knew what they were doing, and they managed to defend the sites pretty darn well on their defensive side as well. RRQ, they really knew how to play around this. Like, so many times, it's just a lot of presence created, PRX trying to slip through, but ultimately they get blocked off. And at the same time, once they start to get, damaged a little bit, PRX, they start to lose their form. You're seeing like certain shots, like something with the operator down, or maybe
Something wrong.
Freak just watching down mid. But RRQ stay really cool, calm, and collected. Everyone's working there as a team. Everyone does their job, and PRX are starting to whiff shots. Like that's when you know something's up with PRX.
Oh, 100%. And that's what helped carry them through Lotus, was exactly those kind of moments where they were not missing their shots. They, kept it together. This looked a lot less structured. This looked a little bit like the old PRX. In fact, this reminds me a little bit of Haven when they played it for the first time, maybe 2 weeks ago at this point. Yeah, the first half was okay. It was a little bit back and forth, but the second half, it looked like they started cooking, but it was only halfway done, and they didn't completely finish it through before they grabbed it up, took it out of the oven, and put it into game. Clove, any thoughts on Clove? Actually, the way Jing was playing Clove was on Clove's ult was sort of like he played Neon. It was like
jam 8 sampai jam 9.
That one round, he
getting
just,
info.
went all the way through tree into like heaven on a site.
And then died.
Yeah.
But I have the info now, so yeah. Ewok said it. He seemed pretty confident. Like usually when he's here with us, especially in the earlier stages, like literally like stage 1 and the earlier weeks, he was a little bit, more modest, I think, with some of how he felt going to these games. But today, he was like, yeah, we kind of know their tells now, and I'm starting to see it here in Ascent. Now we got to talk about our guessing game. Welcome to Iron Ass.
Oh boy.
Oh, viewers?
We're all in iron now.
No, viewers are now wood ring. All right.
Yeah.
Less than 7. Quack.
To be fair, that's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's
You
like
want to break it down?
that's like 6 numbers.
Okay, first I'm gonna bring the viewers down to wood.
Mine is like
You're here.
1.
There's no space. What happens if we all become wood rank? We won't fit anymore.
They're gonna craft another.
Yes. Another
More
podium.
baskets.
It's gonna be a whole forest this time.
It's like a spa. I was telling Mika the other day, I was like, it's like a little spa. Like, all right,
spa.
we're all iron. It's so cute. Look at us.
Look at that.
This says everything
Yeah,
about
you're
this
right,
desk
you're
right
right.
now.
I've accepted it. I cannot escape you guys. What's
Yeah,
meant to be.
it is meant to be. Now we're finally reunited, the 3 bears. Yeah, well, less than 7. Honestly, though, I didn't think there would be that big of a margin. Even so, I thought it was going to be way closer than that. And what that brings me to ask is, how do you feel going to Sunset? PRX is monstrous on Sunset. They looked great against it again last week against DFM. I hope they don't switch things up. You know, I don't think that's the way to go, but it looks like they're just switching everything up for all these maps.
That's what I'm really curious about for this specific map pick. I mean, it's very interesting to see how PRX is trying to, cook a little bit. Meanwhile, RRQ is like keeping things al dente. I don't know what's gonna be on this map. Maybe RRQ are changing things up a little bit too, because we're starting to see like this is the map where Jemkin is on the Raze. How does that work out against like Jing on the Raze, and at the same time you got Divine on that stage, and kind of like what Asura was mentioning before, Xferro is just starting to look really, really solid now.
Yeah, absolutely. That being said, though, at least quick recent match history here for RRQ. 2 teams that they did beat on Sunset was Zeta and most notably DRX. So you know that RRQ also has a pretty solid Sunset to begin with here, but that solidity will be tested by how just well PRX, we've already talked about this, how PRX is going to be playing with this one. The thing that I also really like about how PRX kind of play with this now, because they have that Sage, is they have a lot
ini videonya yang itu.
has been bringing out that operator, exactly. So very excited to be
Gue baru nonton videonya lagi.
also glad to see that for a different set of agents here moving forward, just to maybe counteract what we've already seen.
Ih, geli anjir.
Yeah, PRX on Sunset. Yeah, I mean, yes, PRX is great on Sunset, but Ewok has clearly done his homework.
Bebe dukung apa? RRQ, ke RRQ sih, PRX dong. Kan bocil PRX gimana sih?
Those ranks, the standings, I think it says a lot if you're able to take the paper, especially for a team that qualified for the international.
Siapa yang nonton
Lewat anjing. Gue baru nonton ini anjing. Apaan sih Tori Haji 2 bulan? Oh ternyata ini videonya najis. Ih, geli anjing. Jadi dia yang Haji.
Last week, granted,
Cuma apa?
but still, RRQ beating Zeta and DRX on this map is a very good point to make as well.
Jing,
This is a map
Dafai.
starting to pick more. Tells me how much confidence they have, and if
Oh, kirain mirror, ternyata enggak.
then they get to move up in the standings, and that's always huge for RRQ.
And now Forsaken is back on an initiator, and I like to say this a lot because he has a lot more kills when he is on that initiator compared to when he's played at Sentinel. 10 kills on his Cypher, and the one before that it was like 15, 17 kills when he was on the Lotus. So definitely to just kind of watch out for moving forward again into Sunset.
Well, this is the last game of this match, and this is the last Titan RRQ actually needs to take down. And if they do it today, this is going to look very good going into playoffs. All right, over to the casters.
Thank you very much. Yep, either team going to be looking good going into the playoffs, depending on how the outcome comes. To see RRQ take down PRX on Sunset. No changes in composition whatsoever between these 2 squads. And as the desk was mentioning, plenty of tape to have been studied.
Yeah, and the difficult thing going up against PRX on this map, in my opinion, is the Sage. It makes it really, really tricky with the way that PRX, if you let them get into post plans, the Sage cuts off so much.
Ih, lapar deh anjing, pesen makan deh.
Defender's ability to retain.
Bang, pada udah makan belum?
Nice.
The vertical trip.
Nice.
Line gonna be sent. There's a swing out, but slow orb. Locking in place, and Jemkin gonna be eating a little bit of damage there from the paint shells.
Pada nge-mute semua.
Gonna be used as well, just to try to
Tahu
stay.
aja sombong banget.
Comes through.
Sombong banget.
Bit over to buy. Maybe we'd see for
Udah
Sens.
biasa aku dicuekin.
Thunder, but seems like they're gonna be putting a lot more stock
Curhat
into
mbaknya.
Reds.
That's the other thing. There's so many opportunities on this map to find value out of those reses.
Oh, Elmi.
Pergi bunyi-bunyi aja.
Position to squander. Shots. None of them connect. No damage found. One yet now. It's gonna be getting hit there by that Dizzy. Wall now comes up, and HP bars inside of RQ are looking rough. Dizzy quickly cleared. Forsaken gonna fall, but Divine able to gun down 3. The push forward aggressively from something. It's allowing the Mind Freak to take away the kill. Now suddenly it is straight on as Lonesome. The swing out. Big headshot gonna be found. Multiple players spread out, all on a line, staring. So that CT side, they're gonna be cleaning things up. PRX will win their second pistol of the set. They start things off 1-0.
Yeah, and it's good identification early by PRX.
Spike
Not
planted.
falling for any of that early aggression. Still able to get the plant down, and they just line right up for Divide. But again, it's the wall that funnels everybody into this angle. Makes it so easy for PRX to counter these retakes. Especially on pistol rounds where you just don't have the ability to break that wall nearly as quickly as you'd like. And it's all on Xfero, who I thought played phenomenal on this agent, and he's just shut right down by something's ghost.
Yeah, just trying to poke and prod out, but immediately dealt with. Go ahead and check, and I mean, honestly, from RRQ, this could just end up being a stack up and die to spike type play.
Yeah, it certainly feels like it. Maybe Elmi more. I'll see if he can.
Do a bit of damage.
Yeah, see if we can find some value out of that Sheriff, but no doubt that PRX is aware of it. He could send something out. He's got the ghost. RRQ already just holding crossfires.
Just sat back here, seeing if anyone pushes into them. Something gonna be sending out that mosh. Slows them up, but still not gonna be found. There's fault lines here, but quietly PRX going to allow for the chat to make their favorite joke. As all of RQ, the rest of them will go ahead down to the spike. 2-0 start here for the side of PRX, avoiding catastrophe like we saw on Ascent, where they were dropping the anti-eco.
Yeah, that's very true. Both teams have dropped an anti-eco today, so they're just both so very, very good right now. You can see with the score lines across both maps being the same, but in favor of either team, either way. Really curious now what PRX has in store for us. You do have the classic combo of Jing and Forsaken trying to challenge A main.
Jing going aggressive, but paranoia from Monyet, able to shut him down. Solid opening kill found. Really dissuading any further action towards that A side. So everybody now cutting back over towards B, but this is into the Cypher setup.
And this is where Xterra thrives in this map.
So we're going to be sent. Cage popped.
Look at that trap line.
Slows him off. Slows him up once again, and have to try to get around, get themselves in towards mid, it would seem.
It's going to be tough. Mindfreak has a smoke. Immediately, counter smoke put out. Mindfreak's going to try to use his own smoke to cut off one of the angles. Head towards Boba.
Just the hair off on the spray. Elmi Moore able to collect the kill unscathed. Mosh as well, stopping the push up.
This has gotten so tough now. Guy's going to take another attempt at cutting off that angle. Still get through, clear the camera, and then right away, Divide gets Elmi Moore right back.
Straight that one out, but they still
Abis.
up here. Just staring into the smoke. Out of market, RRQ. Only one casualty. Will deny a bonus conversion. Fairly clean round from them.
Yeah, just great anticipation there by Banyet, understanding the tendencies of PRX. that Jing is going to be blast packing his way. Just sends him packing. Not quite enough backup in that position where Monyet was at. Yeah. As he just doesn't quite connect. Moore does get taken down right after this shot, but overall very, very clean.
Nice.
And the real challenging part for PRX, in my opinion, is xFaro on that B site, because it allows you to lean an extra player over towards A, because xFaro has been so nasty, shutting down teams that try to enter his territory. But look at something. He is very deep already with this op.
I mean, we're watching from the opposite side. Something now getting ready to scope in, start working towards this other side of mid, and he will be able to come up with the goods. I mean, more quickly taken down, wall now set up as he's ready to swap onto Estrella, setting out that fault line. Dizzy and the wingman, however, going to try to slow up his retreat. Flash is going to be sending xFaro, still sat here on the side. Paranoia not going to be getting onto him, but Forsaken still finds the shots. Face now taken here on B, but Estrella still looks to save them all. Jing bouncing up over the top, and Estrella finds a headshot. Now a 3v2, but now suddenly the advantage is defined. Cleans him up over at Market. And that's going to be PRX denying the follow-up win, moving forward 3-1.
I mean, it's just crazy how much confidence a player like Something has to push up through mid like that. Yeah, he's got Devi right behind him, but there's no like flashes that are going to bail you out there. There's no dashes with Gecko.
One enemy remaining.
Devi, so clean. He is just
Down Market.
unbelievable.
Well, now Rez and that Thrash available for the side of PRX.
What?
Aggressive paint shell out here from Jimkin. Pushing forward, taking quite a bit of space now. The Thrash going to be coming out in response. Quickly going to be put down to the floor. Actually recoverable. If they can try to flush these players of RRQ out of these positions forward here in B main. Shock will do just that. They backpedal themselves out to safety as Wingman struggles to make his way across the slow field.
That's so much util on for PRX. Oh,
1-for-1 exchange at the end of it all. Jimkin, however, down to 45 in the res now. He's bringing Jing back to the fold. Tries to try to check. Forsaken eventually able to find the stabilized spray. Takes out Estrella. Now he himself just 2 away from having that Rolling Thunder online. More with an approach around the back is noted. Mindfree looking for this and winning the fight. Elmy Moore gone. Now just 2 players left. xFaro and Jemkin have to make the call to go for the save.
just massive. I mean, the way that they're so willing to keep contesting, even after so much of their util had been expended, they still had that Thrash in the back pocket to cover the res. That's why they're confident to keep making those pushes, to keep going for those trades, because they know they have the res. They know they have that extra advantage in that round, and they can keep pressuring RRQ, force them to have to make a huge play if they're going to say anything, if they're going to have any say about it. They just can't. Just very good understanding of their ult cycles for PRX.
Now they're circling around, surrounding these players of RRQ, but time just not going to be there to try to find the punish. A couple shots going to be found onto xFaro. He will retain the weapon.
Now,
looks like maybe a timeout call from RRQ.
Yeah, they're going to be on a weaker buy for sure. Jing there, oh my god. They almost line up for gold. That res is so good. And then that sets up the wall to clear out market and make it so you only have two angles to worry about, Boba and the flank. Mindfreak handles the flank. I mean, that's really good, diligent gameplay from PRX. So solid. Their understanding of this map and understanding of how to control it. And yeah, obviously you can...
Aduh, Novan lu datang buat absen doang.
The way they play this, but going up against it, so tricky. So many teams have fallen by the wayside. Now RRQ, what can you do? Some of the early pressure at B main hasn't really worked. Maybe just go back to more of a default, make sure mid is potentially well dealt with. Not in this round, as you have the Sheriffs and a couple Phantoms, maybe playing it a little bit different, but right there. Looks like they're considering kind of an A main counter aggression. Seeing both the initiators over there. want this util or where they want to clear the Cypher util is my guess. There you go, early aggression towards mid. All the map control, all the awareness in the world here for RRQ.
I mean, with that tiles presence and the really rapid push out of A, they know this is going to have to hit this B site. Tuck back into the smoke here. Dodging out on the Dizzy, clear out on the wingman. Maniac going to be spotted up above, drops down. Ready to send out the paranoia. Cam getting the tag on the one, and that's going to be forced in the back so far. It's been really good delay tactics here from the side of RQ.
Wow, but understanding from PRX that they need to pull off of this. Flirting with disaster a little bit. Divide's wall, interesting there. Not sure if that's intentional or not. The way that it got set up, I'm not sure if he accidentally changed the direction that it was supposed to be facing. They tried to plant on the backside of it though anyway, and got caught by the cam. Held for a long time. Still though, RRQ mirroring their movement.
They are, but now they rotate back here from PRX. Forsaken is going to be dumping some util, making some footstep sounds to try to really sell that this is going to be an ace high hit, and so far it is working. RRQ continue to linger on this side of the map. Elmimore just now with a glance, peeking over towards B as the rotation gets ready to come in. Paranoia not connecting, but Experiment needs to be huge here for the team. Clear out on his util, the cam's now down, he's playing all on his lonesome. Swing around the side, spotting one, but can't find the connection. Divide gets away with his life intact. Now it's going to be full 5v5. Elmimore able to find one, something to be taken down, or taking out one. He's got a second as Elmimore will fall. Now the advantage is the guns taken away here from the side of RRQ. As PRX is rotating, gliding around this map ever so smoothly. Avoid detection, and then strike.
Yeah, and this is something that has impressed me with PRX for this stage 2, is their willingness to not overcommit as much to executes and do attacks when they kind of sense danger. I think we saw it once on Ascent where I was like, probably should have peeled off of that and changed directions, but this time around, double fake works a treat. Nice. Re-swing there from something. But it's just all about understanding the map there, and even though RRQ gets so much early presence and they're able to collapse onto B quickly, not really able to get as much out of it because of the disciplined nature that PRX was playing with. Clear the boom bot, trying to clear the trap wire. It will be taken care of. So if you need to rotate back towards B, step 1 is to clear that util, and that's already done.
Cam's still set up, wasn't able to find that in the corner.
Yeah, a placement of that trap wire. It's back towards the front of B again. You can see it on the map. Sparrow has his ult as well. Elmimore has the thrash. Jing with the showstopper though.
Jim can just run away. Do they just blind swing out of this? Oh well, won't be necessary as something gets spotted. Showstopper v showstopper. Jimkin comes out on top, finds the kill, the blind out. Divide stranded. Maniat still just holding his ground despite flash and Forsaken. Going for the 90-degree pivot, finds one on either side. Wingman cleared. Last one alive here for the team. Thunder available to him. Move, but he's already found the first.
30
for the
seconds
ace to try to give them the round victory. Rolling Thunder now going to be sent out. Sparrow backpedaling desperately. Ends up getting set up. Forsaken hearing this one. Looking for the ace. Tucked back around the corner. And Sparrow denies it. The ace cannot come to fruition. But damage still dealt. PRX. They give up another round here to the side of RRQ, but it's only the second. And they still manage to take just about every single weapon out of their hands.
Yeah, I mean, this entry for PRX is a little bit scuffed. They're pushing out of the smoke ahead of the util, and that costs something his life. And then Jemkin reads it coming, gets above it. Great positioning there with those blast packs. Understanding the ult exchange.
Anjing.
You knew what the crowd was chanting for sure. Wasn't too much ambiguity about it. It's Rolling Thunder now going to be sent as well here from the side of RRQ, but they've been held at bay. They can't really try to capitalize off of these dazes that they come up with. So instead, it's just going to be teams kind of splitting, parting, going their own ways, but Forsaken now finding an opening. We're here in mid, Maniet trying to get on a really aggressive angle. Just couldn't get tucked away.
And yet another interesting wall to find an angle into this fight for PRX. Jing still challenging that space. A little bit of damage done towards RRQ's end. Now mid control completely in favor of PRX.
Xfero's sat here, but market not really being paid attention to whatsoever. Big push in from Elmimore all the way around to the defender spawn, but nothing's going to be noted. And instead, just PRX drifting their way across through mid. Now working their way into that A site.
Kocak ayah kosong.
The question, RRQ, do they go for this retake or do they just opt to save? Because again, their economy is not a good spot. Only Xfero really has any kind of cash.
Monster on the loose. If you can find that one kill and get the neural theft, I think there's potential to go for it for RRQ, but otherwise
I think they've already resigned it.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah. Just not feeling confident enough to be able to try to make the play.
Chafing mereka.
I mean, overall, it is a measured response from RRQ, but it doesn't feel good at all for them to allow PRX to get up to 6.
They're really committing towards some of these pushes from PRX.
Saving
A couple
langsung.
times because PRX has been
Anjing, berempat saving.
heading into spawn. No ambiguity about it.
Absen nih.
I mean, one find the first, find the second will at least be able to deal a bit of additional damage here on the back end. Granted, you know, the economy from PRX is not the most built up, but still a 6th round of victory for them.
Yeah, and you don't give any alt orbs over to Elmimore. Already had his thrash.
Yeah.
That's, you know, not bad at all for PRX. You don't mind that. Looking really, really good on this attacker side. Even on the rounds where they're losing, it's so close. It's that same anti-Jing trap wire. This time gonna place it a little bit deeper too. Cyber Cage, try to use that to obscure himself. The wires get tripped or cleared. I think he already popped it potentially. PRX doing their diligence right now. Mid pings come out for RRQ. Worried that once again maybe something had crept up into that territory as he's done earlier.
Yeah, Strand just on the opposite side of this smoke. Oh, and that's Xfero taken down on the entry here into the B site. Elmimore and Chimkin gonna be able to find one apiece, forsaking something, both fall to the wayside. Wall gonna be set up. Planted. Divine able to get that one down to the wall, just holds things off at market.
He had so much util to clear this B main presence.
Oh, mind freak.
Oh,
yeah, he's watching for it though. Wise to this flank. Shuts it down and now gives the man advantage here to the side of RRQ. Their own Thrash now in play. Checking out around the site, trying to see if he can spot anything. Is Divide trying to go for the entry on the market. Ends up falling down. Now Jing, last man standing. 1v4 necessary. But it's just not in any kind of position to actually make it happen. We'll just have to back away. Defuse comes in. RRQ find their 3rd round win.
Just great awareness here from RRQ across the entire round. This time they're not really over-committing to anything. They're just holding their ground, making PRX make that move, really commit to something. And then in that post plant, they're very aware that with this 5v3, there's going to be attempted lurks and flanks, and Monyet reads it so well.
Enemy remaining.
The time spent on PRX working a treat there. He understands, and PRX, rightly so, has to get out of B main. I mean, there's all the breach utilities, there's the thrash, there's everything you could want to clear that space. They have to go for those lurks.
And market, kind of like, you know, 2 over on Icebox. You always got to suspect there's going to be that flank coming through after the flank comes in on B.
Correct, absolutely.
Monyet very aware of the timings. We're going to be in play. Cam able to get the dart there onto Jing. Plant out into the open. Is that going to be clearable here? Spamming for, trying to just go ahead and get rid of that wingman. Doesn't, but just finds Forsaken as a little bit of an added treat on top. Once again, advantage available here. Oh, Divide gets spotted up on top, but now the ping reveal coming through. The drop down Divide able to find Xfero. Chimkin going to be taken down at the same time. Re-ping through. More trying to work his way forward. Paranoia crashing across. Tap onto the defuse, but can't really hold to this one at all. Divide finds himself another kill. And this is going to be a firing squad from PRX there in B main.
Menyalakah PRX?
Yeah,
Bobo ente.
Siapa yang ente?
goes for it. Able to get the spike planted.
Emang dikasih pur kayak tadi tuh.
Kali. Biar main 3 map anjing. Jadi konten kali.
And Divide getting aggressive. Look at that neural theft. You can catch him a little bit off guard because those first set of pings, everybody's in B main for PRX. Swings out, doesn't find anything, and then RRQ has to try to contest that B main space. And if you don't have util to clear it, it's nearly impossible.
Once again, PRX just playing the Go B simulator, seemingly just very comfortable, anticipating the setups here from Xfero. As the wingman once again gonna go rushing across. The Guardian shots not quite able to connect. Does it good enough damage over to Jing, but cannot find that kill. Now Rez brings Forsaken back into the fold, so once again a 45. That's Jemkin now.
The fuck?
Around the back, Elmore as well, supporting fire, gonna be found.
Habis dari belakang coy.
To the open. Paint shells find the kill. Something now. The 1v3. Quick clear on that dizzy.
Jemkin gacor gitu.
Tahu bapak-bapak.
Well, there you go. That's the proper response here, is just getting their flanks. So if they try to set up for that B-main post plant, just deny the opportunity. Just fast and furious last couple of rounds, as you kind of would expect out of tremendous teams. Great reads, Forsaken gets right to death.
Gak ada yang liatin trennya, bang.
Very nicely done, and also has scored it. You know, if it's just Jemkin,
Right.
maybe 1-2 kills, but then things are falling apart. But having Elmore there to also reinforce allows him to get that. So RRQ potentially make this 7-5 half. So he can try to rally back. Right? Well, overall,
Iya, makananku tadi sampai mana ya? Lupa aku pesan makan.
still quite good.
Kocak masih menuju restoran anjing dari tadi.
Here towards A. Jemkin, Elmore. Very, very close. They get the info off the Dizzy as well. So it's going to send PRX healing back. Only a couple guards space, but
1749.
swap position. In fact, swap spike over to Jing. Still quite a ways away from his ult.
Don't push forward, but more. He got more damage than he receives. He'll use there, forced out from Divine.
Only a sheriff for Devi right now. Checking
Solid
tile.
with those.
Yeah.
There's the thrash. Dive for it. This shows how it Jing somehow bounces up above it. He's
Jing.
alive.
Jing.
Only 13 HP left on him. Then heal still.
selamat, Cok, kenapa?
Jemkin 3 peeks out.
Langsung mundur dia.
30 seconds left.
TP. In deep. Not yet. Absolutely aware of it. We
Yeah.
went up to fight Mind Freak. He's away with that kill now. Xfero getting the catch. Keeping that spike defended.
Last
Something
player
able to find one, but Estrella answering back in kind, and now Mind Freak all on his own with just 12 seconds remaining. The ult already committed. No
Nice
opportunity
try.
here
Wah,
to
ketemu.
make this work. Estrella goes to the challenge. He will fall, but Mind Freak certainly cannot win out this round. Jemkin still tempting fate.
Ente deh, man.
That elimination, it's going to be 7-5 in the half.
Yeah, eventually RRQ
Dikejar kayak
get a
ini.
pretty good read on when they
Kali.
get space. Whether it be off the rip of those early aggressive attacks towards B, or in this round where PRX kind of takes their time and they really wait them out. And Xfero just slowly but surely taking mid control. Was attempted to be checked by PRX, but they finally let go of their sights. That's when Xfero struck, really sent that round into disarray. But again,
Oh.
PRX generally pretty solid on their defender side on this map. You can, well, the live winning percentage is PRX, but
Which, I mean, I think it might come as a surprise to a lot to see just how dominant that is, given that the scoreline is only 7-5.
right.
PRX been on the up and up as far as their defensive tabs have been concerned. I mean, you know, Jing with that ace, that's where that came to fruition, was him just rushing out of mid into tiles.
And it's again part of what has made PRX so difficult this year is their attacker side generally pretty good. Their defender side has really been short up this year. Clearly been something they've been working on, finding success with. Are they just gonna gamble stack on A on the pistol? Okay. It's all like,
Well,
why not, eh?
sort of. They will send Divide to B
Yeah,
on his lonesome.
yeah.
He's got 2 slow orbs, a classic, and a wall.
Well, Devi has to not die here. That wall is so precious in this pistol round. This is a big gamble by PRX.
And it is, and one that looks like RRQ likely are not going to fall for. Multiple players all leaning towards this B side of the map. Jing just going to be grabbing the orb out into A. Something's coming down, but now the rotate's already beginning here for PRX, it can seem. Slow about from the divide, trying to just go ahead and come up the works a little bit more. Come on yet. Just inside of the smoke. Divide looking for a timing. Going on the hunt, swinging around here. Off the flank, but Dizzy does alert to presence on that side of the map, so now re-round. It's over towards Boba. Nothing spotted, but okay, then juking out to the open divide, putting that class to good use, comes up with 2 kills. The drop down here from Jing, looking for a little bit more, but it's going to be divide, collecting a 36 Pharaoh falls. Now suddenly, Estrella, the last one standing, rides the wall up to the top, thinking going to be taken down, but he just doesn't know which way to look. PRX will tie up 3-3 on pistols across the series. They will take one step closer to closing out this set.
Look, and it's just the early uncontested orb for Jing. As soon as he snatches that, everybody's hauling ass over to the other side of the map, and Devi's just playing his life, and brilliantly so. And he waits for the rest of the team to arrive. You know, he tries to play through that smoke on the back of that Dizzy off the information of RRQ's wingman. Doesn't work, so what? Just swings right out, starts knocking people down with the classic. And that wall, again, so valuable. Potentially, I mean, just really makes it difficult for Estrella to do anything except erode the wall. He was on the other side of it. Early info there on the Devi. Has to use the slow orbs.
There's just no way to catch him.
Yep.
Just being a slow approach, playing this out a little bit more quietly.
Get an orb out of it, Estrella. Getting there towards that rolling thunder. Devi just spamming through, but he's the only one there initially. There we go.
Blast back and forth. Mosh avoided. But now clears out into the open. The kill's being found. Jink collecting 2. The drop down into the cyber cage. It's instant death for Sparrow.
Whoa.
They get yeah, 2 kills gonna be found in reply, but that's about it for PRX. They will carry over to there's 2 Bulldogs and a Spectre. They move up now 9-5.
Yeah, and that's both pistols for PRX. That's devastating for RRQ. Hoping to find some damage. Did a little, but not as much as you'd like. Just being really aggressive. Again, these 4-1 setups that PRX is really reading into early A aggression from RRQ. And Devi's doing a great job of playing a little bit of contain, and then just delay, keeping himself alive. Oh my.
Oh, looking for the punish, but Jing able to find that orb. Good sound. A little bit of damage going to be taken from him. With Devi on the opposite side of the map, heal. Not something that's going to be coming through quickly whatsoever. Looks like he might just hightail it over towards B.
Oh man. I mean, something, you've got to be expecting that trip right outside the door. He's got a crossfire. Oh, doesn't even need it.
Yeah, I mean, Estrella just swinging out wide. Something more than prepared. Now breachless here at RRQ. Estrella going to be IGLing here from the Grave. Looks like it's going to be just a dry swing in, and Jemkin eats an immense amount of damage, but still does find the shot. A site relatively broken open.
X-Pharaoh. Oh no.
Oh, the timing, gorgeous from him. Is he up over the top? Jing playing around. The sides here, Cyber Cage gonna be popped. X-Pharaoh here's the footstep. He strikes, he finds the kill. He gets himself a 3rd as something will fall. And that'll be the round. 2 casualties here on the side of RRQ, but they do not allow for a bonus conversion. They keep themselves in this map.
Yeah, I mean, again, I love the way X-Pharaoh plays this map. He's so good at reading weaknesses in the enemy's formations and their defenses. In this case, he just sneaks right underneath top mid and catches them completely unawares. Devi was just swapping into his gun. Maybe just in that moment, Devi had realized, hey, we left the space open. Maybe somebody's here. King does have a showstopper though to match X-Pharaoh's neural theft.
Iya ada Bang Tenyom.
Be nervous.
Aduh, aku malu.
RRQ.
Well, 10 seconds have gone by and he hasn't pulled it out yet, so I think that they can breathe a little bit more relief, a sigh of relief here. It's not the rush play.
No.
And it's going to be something taken down.
Try to sneak out the side of the smoke.
Very bold maneuver from him, but very quickly dealt with. Really wanted a corpse.
Yeah. He found one. Now you know where Jing's at, and you can go the other way. That's huge.
So get their mind free, but online. Very much assisting them doing so. Paranoia. Ready, waiting, sent for the delays, but only more not caught by it. Mind Freak finds that first shot, but then he's just a hair off. Firing over the shoulder, unable to find the follow-up. Forsaken now swinging through. Spotting out a couple players here. And Elbow goes for the re-swing. Able to take his head off. 2v4 showstopper now in place. Spot on the one, the kill found. Estrella on the ground. Spike as well, joining it.
30 seconds left.
Shell's not going to be connecting there on the Gemkin. Suddenly it's all on Jing. Swings out, managing to find another. 2 kills remaining. Tap on the plan, and Montiat just sprays the box. Puts an end to that. Another round victory. RRQ trying to claw this back.
Yeah, and I think just a little bit of a slip up here from PRX is something. It's a little bit over aggressive. And I mean, RRQ was being very, very patient, expecting some kind of crazy play to come through. And that gives them the neural theft, allows them to rotate away from Jing. Yeah, he gets one with his showstopper, but that's a big ult out of the hand.
Berapa skornya tadi ya?
Out of their toolbook.
97.
Excuse me, and
The good old
yeah, the
toolbook.
good old toolbook.
It's like something you give a 5-year-old. It's like, this is a hammer.
Exactly. This is a showstopper.
This is a bandsaw.
Don't put your fingers in it.
Yeah. Only your parents are allowed to handle the power tools.
Yeah. Well, just probably trying to shore up some of the ideas. You know, just make sure you're not getting caught out in those positions without a little bit of backup. I mean, something trying to... We've seen this a lot on this map already, where he's kind of on these solo missions. Just hold on a second.
Oh.
And he's generally not bad at it, but maybe now you want to wait to keep that in your back pocket until you have a little bit more kind of fear in RRQ. Look at everybody in market. Or PRX. This is just going to be some kind of aggressive hit, but the crossfire for RRQ looks like it could shut this right down if it is fast.
There's my buddy.
Big push out into mid. Elmi Mortis sending some pot shots. They know that he's here. Dizzy up over the top. He is going to get flashed. Covering far from Xfero. Does manage to trade that out, but now needs to try to protect that weapon. Paranoia beginning to set down.
Anjing, Davai.
With 2 kills. Caught.
The fuck?
Does end up falling as the wall comes up.
Enemy remaining.
Managing to find himself a third. 7 bullets remaining here in the Phantom. Mind free.
Wah. Abang-abangan beca.
Down for the clutch. And PRX somehow, some way, win out the round and get themselves up to double digits.
Yeah, it's not a big explosive sort of play from PRX. It's just a slow creep up around the side. The Dizzy makes contact, and that's when everybody starts striking. And I don't know how in the world, Divide, how does this classic work like this?
I don't know.
Please explain. He has been filthy.
It's time for the PRX Classic, so we can't even give that a shout. Buy whatever classic that is.
Yes.
If it shows up on your night market, clearly it's something you want.
Clearly
There we
it is destiny.
go. Classic mid-stack here from PRX again. As Gemkin takes some space in this A site, but PRX are going to be poised to try to go for a retake. They have a res, they have that thrash, trying to clear some space. And they've waited out the showstopper.
No, but they've got a couple ults for RRQ. Rolling Thunder, thrash of their own. And they know where this is coming from.
Monster on the loose.
Yep.
Okay, well, here's where the chaos starts ensuing. Divide, stabilize that aim, and Estrella taken down by an aftershock. Gonna have to see that one back. Well, Jing hitting around the sides and shots through the smokes. And again, striking Monyet there to back him up. They come up with 2 kills apiece. Res still available here for Divide, but I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to find any opportunity to actually use this one. His Mind Freak will fall. He's the last one standing. And a lot committed, but a necessary win on the round by the quick scope finding one. That last one would have been a bridge too far. Xfera, however, cannot survive. He gets taken out by the spike, and Cash is not a plenty on the side of RRQ.
I think Estrella got thrashed. Pretty sure. He
That
got detained.
would make sense.
Pretty sure.
Monster on the loose.
Ah, yes.
Anjir, dibully.
Well, the only reason I pieced it together is because I saw the orb on the map, the circle.
Okay. Well, that's an excusable death.
Yeah, no,
Apa itu?
But
Kok ada yang toxic sih?
not allowing for PRX to continue upward. Judge, however, now in the hands of something. Sat alone over at A elbow, but no one from RRQ.
Siapa yang toxic?
Any attention toward that side of the map. At least for now.
Getting close to some big alt cycles for PRX. Rolling Thunder almost there. Another neural theft for Xvero. He has been killer some of these rounds.
And a big headshot. That spike now. Taken down, Rolling Thunder to go ahead and create some space.
Mulutnya siapa anjing?
Try to hold them off. Single will eat a little bit of damage. The splash to start flying. Turn on that one. Forsaken finds another headshot. Also, Smokes down 4.
Wah anjir dia
Would be
bikin
something just
kacau.
Judge in hand. Still has his full util to try to utilize, and they're drifting towards him on this side of the map. He sat up. Do they expect this at all? They have a boombot. They have a wingman. Do they check these corners is the question. Looks like they just want to just go ahead and make some noise, start
no
rotating back
idea.
across. But yeah,
30
either
seconds.
side, no clue where the other's going, no clue what they're doing. I think that's been the through line of this series so far.
We have to suspect that maybe something was going.
Footsteps.
Oh, he's making so much noise. I was just about to say he's going for a gun pickup. Well, now he definitely is.
You should be aware of that. Spike swapped over the wingman, leading the
10
charge.
seconds left.
Jemkin turns away for a brief little moment, but he manages to get away from the shot.
Spike
Barrel
planted.
spotted, Mosh now thrown at something's feet and forces him back.
Dizzy's up top.
He waits it out, the Dizzy. Sent.
Dizzy. Wingman's defusing.
Wingman gonna be sent. That can be quick cleared, however.
My
Jemkin
wingman's
setting
down.
up those shots. He knows his position here
One
at market.
enemy remaining.
Something trying to divide and conquer. Takes out the first. Dizzy cleared. The
Wah,
more has the headshot.
Anjir.
And
Lalu
RRQ
something.
the round.
Dude, these ecos from PRX are absolutely just ridiculous. I mean, Forsaken hitting just crazy good.
Disgusting.
Disgustingly good. That's a great spray down from Jemkin, but I mean the way
Jemkin langsung dapat 4 loh
things
anjir
open.
guys.
And still though, RRQ keeping the vibes good. Jemkin, big smiles on his face after a 4K, no doubt. Up to 19 and 10, matching Devi on the other side. Oh boy, gotta get out of there, Jemkin.
And dodges away, but still needs a bit of damage, down to 82.
No, just
But
trying
not
to.
going to be noting much.
I mean, again, you have to be so cautious with PRX. You never know where one of these traps is going to be laid. And RRQ has to take a lot of time off the clock, trying to figure things out. Thrash there to make sure Jin can get the ultimate. That's a showstopper for him. That immediately sends PRX packing. Just Forsaken over here. Oh my God, so much contact gets one. But
He's
two!
still good for 2. Good for 3.
Oh, second.
Might not be able to make it a 4th, but who the hell cares?
Jeez.
Mission accomplished.
One enemy remaining.
As the Vi will find out me more. And just like that, Estrella, last one standing as PRX will get themselves up to 11 round wins. Can't afford to go on the hunt. But no real need to do
30
so.
seconds
I
left.
think I just heard someone in the crowd go, Estrella. Yes, he is indeed the last player alive for RQ.
That reminds me of the old Sega load-in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah, man.
Boot up the Genesis.
10
Oh,
seconds
dude.
left.
I want to go play some Sonic and Knuckles. Dang.
Well,
Mati nggak itu Manfik?
oh, the timing. Couple seconds remaining, and there's a push out.
Anjing, timing banget kok.
Nearly able to take down Mind Freak. He survives 21 HP, but weapons denied. Cash overall gone. RRQ nearing the end of their rope.
What I'm really curious about with PRX is, are you going to be able to keep those ults for that match point round?
Spike down.
How much pressure is RRQ going to be able to put on you?
Oh, nice, what the fuck?
Mulut anjing.
RRQ's going to take time out to think about it. Because there's a showstopper and a res there. The res maybe you pull out if you lose a player, but the showstopper is the one I'm really curious about here for PRX. Are they just going to send it, try to style on him a little bit. I prefer to maybe see them hang on to it for that 12th round.
911 anjing.
This is PRX, and they rarely do what I think they're going to, so I'm just... I've learned to kind of try to stop guessing. Won't stop me from trying, but I do.
Well, still some smiles here from Ewok. 2 rounds in a row to tie things up. Even how back and forth things have been between these teams, honestly, give me overtime.
That would be nice. I am enjoying myself. This sunset has been very, very entertaining. Jemkin won
the
away.
entire series. I mean, we started
Yes.
off with a pistol round ace from Monyet.
That's
now
true.
We're here.
That's true.
11-9.
What a journey. Just want to point out Jemkin's went away from his ult, so that could be something that's part of the strategy potentially for RRQ. But Jemkin not going for any orbs. Looks like they're just seeing it.
Sparrow.
Oh, this is
Cleared
scary.
out. I mean, he just might be absolutely
Dead.
screwed.
Yep.
Jing watching in case there's a wide swing. Meantime, Market approaching right there to try to create some space, but Jing still able to find one. Sparrow going to be taken down. The push forward, the headshot. The massacre is PRX. Trying to shut them down, but not yet.
Apaan tuh anjing?
But quickly taken away from him. Mind's gone blank. A solid 3-piece off the Sheriff, but Jing, with 3 of his own, brings that round to a conclusion and brings PRX up to match point.
Yeah, there's one of those traps from PRX, just setting up 3 players right outside of main, and then have to play fallback out of market, but kind of works in their favor with the crossfires. Paranoia to set up Jing, and then the Jing special, so good off those blast packs, and just ripping players' lives away from them. Showstopper be Showstopper again. I mean, they've been entertaining when that's happened.
Very true. But yeah, 3 ults on either side, both Omens having those in play. Monyet opting to go ahead and fire at the boom bot, wanting to make some presence, some heavier presence over towards A. But as the approach continues between Forsaken and Something, not going to be spotting out much of anything.
Just a trap wire there to alert RRQ if that pressure were to come through, but I don't think it was identified by PRX. It's going to be on Mindfreak just playing off a contact. Here we go. Sees the util, throws out the smoke. Here comes the Showstopper.
Does he decide to just send it in close corner here? Vault line to keep him staved off. The approach coming through. Showstopper going to be sent in deep, and Mindfreak not going to be eating into that damage. And Jemkin manages to take him out. Jemkin finds Jing before falling to the Showstopper, and that's a monstrous victory here for him. Rez going to be forced out now into a
Bang.
play. Something sending his still one reply.
Anjing bisa gitu ultinya Gecko anjing.
Dives forward, but cannot find the detains. He managed to stay alive. Slow approach on the flank here from Estrella. Forsaken watching for it. Down the spike. The Mosh is forced out. Monyet spraying through, able to find Jing. Now the Thrash getting ready to come through. The Wingman going for the defuse. That market angle now completely unchecked. Estrella strikes. It's all on Forsaken.
Oh my gosh, no time sih.
Needs to just go ahead, make his exit, hold on to the weapon, hold on to the Rolling Thunder. Anticipating the movements here of Estrella quite well, but looks like he can just stay here, Stash Quest, retain the weapon. As RRQ, they have a hope, they have a dream, but they still need 2 rounds to take this into OT.
Yeah, just great executes. Understanding of the ultimate cycle there really nicely.
Nice guy.
Jemkin going huge. Even though the Showstopper doesn't connect, he still finds 2 very, very big kills. Forces out the res. PRX still can't get it. Now they have a Rolling Thunder though.
Still 2 ults on either side. Rolling Thunder from Estrella, 2 away. Get through this round. Would have it. The last one, they're trying to push their way into OT. But it very well could all come tumbling down for him. Should Forsaken decide to pull the trigger on this one, he's just going to grab the orb to deny it away from Arcus.
Menangin gak sih?
Opportunity of trying to get that Rolling Thunder live here in round 23.
Yeah, that's smart. They're leaning towards this B hit. Everybody watching this angle. Already seen Something go for the peek out of the smoke once, but this time a little bit more patient.
Break on the door, the Paranoia going to be sent through. Mindfreak TPing to try to escape. Fine, challenging forward, able to find Champion. Takes one down, Mindfreak. Same time getting tucked away as the Vi storming up. Something finding one.
Ooh.
Finds another. How many more? Gone. And suddenly
Gasin.
he finds the first, but can't.
Yay!
and
Let's go, PRX menang coy.
bring this series and this map to a conclusion. But my God, what an effort from RRQ, taking us a distance and looking like they were going to take us to OT as well.
No doubt. I mean, really impressed with both teams here today. But PRX looking like
Ah!
the number 1 seed for the playoffs in Pacific Stage 2. It's great coordinated play across Lotus and Sunset. But RRQ, you got to tip your cap to them. They look great on Ascent. They really push PRX to the limit on Sunset. Not something a lot of teams can do easily. And overall, though, I'm really just generally impressed with PRX in their kind of more disciplined play style. Their ability to play the post it's a lot cleaner now. And again, everything that kind of went wrong for them at Shanghai, seemingly so far this stage, mostly corrected.
Very solid performance from both these teams. Clearly, some things to maybe rework when it comes down to the Ascent. Yeah, but I like where it was trending.
I like the ideas.
Bringing the Clove in.
The attacker side looked good.
Yeah, might just need to take a little bit more time to really get that all working.
MT.
PRX, they win our opening series here. Up
Last
to
try.
Let's go ahead and pass it back over the
7-6-1.
all of the action from this set.
Thank you, Achilleos and Paperthin. Yes, what a way to kick off week 4. PRX remains undefeated in stage 2, securing another victory today against RRQ.
Yeah, I came pretty close, didn't it? But still, at the end of the day, it's still PRX's style. They know the map, they know what they're doing, and at the same time, they do such a good job of kind of adapting and reading some of the plays that RRQ are trying to make.
Yeah, I will say though, RRQ, I don't think they did anything wrong in this last map, right? They tried to push the buttons of PRX, they tried to see what were the weak spots of them, and it didn't work for a time here. I think one of the biggest differences that we saw was just the impact and the individuality of PRX. And I gotta say it, the insane classic plays that the Vi has gone round after round, whether it's RRQ on a buy round or on a pistol, it doesn't matter. He converts the classic kills. Dude has already proven he's great with a sniper. Why not with the free weapon, right? So yeah, perfect showcase there of just adaptability and just lethality here from PRX, and at least for me, especially the Vi.
Yes, we gotta love David and how he makes those kills happen, even with the operator sometimes. It's so amazing to watch, and it kind of lets you know why this Sage is picked. It's also because he has the skills to still be able to frag, despite not having maybe like a lot of different kinds of utility. His utility is more utilized for the team to kind of like bolster them up, whether or not it's that wall on the pistol round. It's also the res, the heals, the slow orbs. It really helps them control a lot of space, and it lets them set up for that retake sometimes, especially when you
Aku live-nya udahan dulu, nanti live lagi. Anjing, sakit banget kaki gue, bangsat.
RRQ, I can see why Ewok left this open.
Aku menang meja.
Man, like 10 to 12. There were knew exactly like, okay, Sparrow, he's the...
Makan gue udah sampai, gue mau makan, habis itu mandi, terus kita live lagi ya. Dadah.